Martin, how are you feeling?
Not bad, but not particularly great either.
I'm so sorry about what my mom did. I know it's not something that'll go away with an apology, and I doubt you'll ever forgive her. But I promise you, she didn't do it on purpose. So, about the compensation, would you mind maybe rethink?
She didn't do it on purpose, so don't take her to court for compensation. That's what you're about to ask, isn't it?
I mean, it's not exactly like that, but she doesn't have insurance. Look, I'm just gonna be straight with you. She's simply not sure if she can come up with the amount of money you're asking for. It's a lot, Martin.
I'm fully aware of how much it is. But your mom ran over me and now I'm in a wheelchair! Do you understand that? It's like all you can think about is the consequences on your end. No amount of money could ever make up for this. The nerves in my spine and legs are so damaged that they said it'll be a miracle if I ever walk again. Which means I'm not going to be able to continue in the same line of work. My life's been flipped upside down. And you still have the nerve to ask me to not press your mom for money?
I'm sorry, Martin. I'm so sorry. But my mom didn't do it on purpose, I swear.
Duh! If she did, she'd be in prison. Don't get me wrong. I'd be way more satisfied seeing her behind bars. But even if it wasn't on purpose, the result is the same.
Please don't say things like that.
Believe me, Selena, this is me holding back. Let's face it, your mom always hated me.
What? I don't know anything about that.
Oh, you don't? So did you forget about all the times she poked fun of me for being ugly? Or how she said she hates my personality? Or her endless making fun of me for supposedly being infertile? You have no idea how long I've been holding my tongue around that woman. And the only reason I did was for you. But there are some things that can't be overlooked. I'm drawing a line here. She won't get away with this.
But she's super broken up about it too, Martin. She feels terrible and she's really sorry.
If she was that sorry, she could have at least come to see me in the hospital. Not only that, she hasn't even apologized yet. How sorry can she be? It's pretty obvious she has no intention of apologizing. She probably doesn't even care.
Martin, she probably just finds it difficult to talk to you. She's never been one to discuss her emotions, and she always becomes so withdrawn when she's stressed out. I bet she just doesn't know the right way to apologize. She wants to, I just know it. She must be so ridden with guilt that she can't even bring herself to face you.
Whether it's difficult to say it or not, or whether she can't bring herself to face me or not, I can't walk anymore because of her. If she can't do the right thing now, then she never will. Surely the least she could do is give me an apology. Isn't that what any normal person would do in the situation?
You're right. Look, I can't deny anything you're saying, Martin. It's all true. But my mom is so depressed. I've never seen her like this. I think she knows she did something unforgivable and it's eating her up.
Even so.
But please, listen to me. She spoke to me earlier today. She said she wants to be the one who picks you up when you get discharged from the hospital. If you give her the chance and let her meet you, she'll apologize. I just know it.
She's finally ready to see me? On the day of my discharge? She can stick a ride home where the sun doesn't shine. If you're not going to be the one there waiting for me when I get out, I'll take a taxi home.
But Mom said she really wants to go. She practically insisted.
Have you lost your mind? Why would I want to ride home from the person that ran me over?
Please, please just give her one chance to apologize to you. I know it took her longer than it should have, but she's finally ready to meet you. At least hear her out. She's desperate to apologize. I just know it. Why else would she want to be the one to give you a ride home?
Ugh. Fine. She can pick me up. But make no mistake, this doesn't mean I forgive her. It just means I'm letting her pick me up. Nothing more, nothing less.
Thank you, Martin. That's totally fine. That's all I'm asking, really.
What the heck do you think you're playing at? Leaving me on the top of a mountain like that? If by any chance, did you abandon me there on purpose? Excuse me?
Well, I never. You actually had a phone signal from up there. Modern technology never ceases to amaze me.
This doesn't make any sense. What are you doing? Why did you leave me up here? You drive me out in the middle of nowhere to the top of some random-ass mountain, lift me out of the passenger seat and put me down in the grass and drive away? I can't walk, damn it! What are you thinking? It's December right now. Do you have any idea how cold it was up there? It was snowing, for crying out loud.
I don't see what the problem is if you're well enough to be messaging me.
Just because by some miracle I was able to get a signal doesn't mean that what you did was okay. If I had no signal, there was a chance I might have died. How could you leave me to a place like that? Do you have any idea how much danger I was in?
But you're alive, aren't you? So quit your whining already. You must have phoned a taxi, right? And I bet you're all warm and snug at home now, right? All's well that ends well.
That's not the point.
Enough of your rambling. I have some news for you. Selena won't be coming home again.
Huh?
I'm seeing to it that she divorces you and marries someone else.
I see. And why exactly are you doing that? Is it because I'm a cripple? What use am I if I can't walk, after all? Or perhaps it's because I'm infertile.
Take your pick. Not only does her new man make more money than you, but he's also better looking. He could have been a model if he wasn't such a successful businessman. What's more, he already has a son with his ex-wife, so that proves he's capable of having kids. He ticks all the boxes. All of his male functions are in order, if you catch my drift. Unlike someone we know.
So is this why Selena hasn't been answering my texts or calls? Is this what she wants? Or are you just forcing her?
You can message her all you like, but you're wasting your time. I told her to switch her phone off and keep it off, so good luck. I also told her to relax, put her feet up, and leave all of the divorce proceedings to me.
I see.
I wonder why your wife didn't show up to see you today. Today of all days. The day you, her husband, got out of the hospital after recovering from the accident that left you unable to walk. Can you think of anything a stay-at-home housewife could possibly have to do that would be more important than being reunited with you? Oh, I wonder.
She told me it's something you wanted to tell me? I assume she didn't come because she wanted to let us talk in private. Are you saying that's not the reason?
Obviously not. Are you stupid? Don't answer, that was rhetorical. Oh, Martin, I can't believe I'm finally going to have a grandchild. I can't tell you how relieved I am. You losing the use of your legs was the straw that broke the camel's back for that girl. I'm telling you, her mind's well and truly made up now.
I can't use my legs anymore because of you! You!
Ugh, don't say such horrible things. It was an accident, plain and simple. As far as the accident goes, I'm sorry.
It's actually impressive how casually you're able to say things you don't mean at all. Accident or not, it's your fault this happened. If not for you, I wouldn't be in this wheelchair, and I'd still be able to walk.
Good grief, do you ever stop whining? Put a lid on it, no legs. It was bad enough when you were just infertile, but now you're crippled too? You're literally useless. Oh well, what do I care? Selena's marrying a hunk with the real deal in between his legs and the history to prove it. The worries you've caused us are a thing of the past now.
Have you ever heard of female infertility? I'll have you know, there's nothing wrong with my little guys. They're great swimmers.
Huh?
I can't take any more of your crap. It's time you knew the truth. It's not me who's infertile. Selena is the one incapable of having kids.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? Is this some kind of coping mechanism? Whatever. If it makes your tragic little existence slightly more bearable, then who am I to stop you?
A coping mechanism? I'm just relaying the results of a fertility check, you delusional toad. My boys are as potent as they come. I'd have been happy with just a normal result. But it turns out, I actually have a higher than average sperm count. I've practically got my own little tadpole army. You can look at the medical certificate if you don't believe me. I've been getting tested fairly regularly since way back.
Oh my god. Is this true? My Selena is infertile? No, it can't be.
It is.
But why? Why did you let me say those things all this time? Why didn't you set me straight if you knew all along?
Isn't it obvious? I had to protect Selena from you. Because I know how horrible you'd be to her if you knew she couldn't have kids. I had no problem with you believing I was infertile while she underwent therapy. That was the price to pay for keeping her safe from you, and so be it. I loved her more than anything, and there's nothing I wouldn't have done to protect her. Honestly, it was a no-brainer. Far from being bothered by a toxic loser like you thinking poorly of me, I wore it as a badge of honor. I've had it now, though. Here's another one for you, too. I've known she'd cheat on me for a long time now.
Huh?
I hired a private investigator. Her behavior got so suspicious that the signs were too strong to ignore. Funnily enough, it was her lover who gave the game away in the end, though.
What? You've known for a while now. But I still haven't even met her new fiancé. Surely I'd know about this.
Interesting. Wait, does this mean that she has a third guy on the go? She's been a busy girl if so. You know what, though? What difference does it make? I don't even want to know. God, she's disgusting. You both make me sick.
Wait, please, none of this makes any sense. I just don't understand.
Nah, I've had enough for one lifetime. We can continue this in court, through our lawyers. Mark my words. You're gonna owe me so much in compensation, you'll wish it was you who got hit by the car. Prepare yourself.
Wait, no, please! This doesn't add up with what Selena told me. She said I wouldn't have to pay you anything.
What planet do you live on? Are there actually people as delusional as you on this planet? I can't walk because of you! You know what? I feel like an idiot now. But I did actually intend on reconsidering taking you to court based on the sincerity of your apology today. I wouldn't have guessed you'd abandon me on top of a mountain in the middle of winter in my wildest dreams! Rest assured, I'll be telling my lawyer all about today's shenanigans too. You made this 10 times worse for yourself. I have to deal with your treacherous witch of a daughter now. So if you'll excuse me, goodbye.
Martin, are you okay?
I have nothing to say to you. You can go through my lawyer from now on. That's all.
Please, I need your help. It's Mom. She's being so horrible to me. And she won't stop. Every single day, the verbal abuse never ends. You're a failure of a human being. What good are you with that barren wasteland of a womb? You'll never fulfill your duties as a woman. I'm ashamed to call you my daughter.
Not my problem. You're getting everything you deserve for cheating on me. I'm infertile, so we'll never find out. God, you make me sick. And you did it in my car. Of all places! I almost threw up watching the dashcam footage. You should probably try and avoid being covered in the smell of your lover's aftershave when you cheat on your next husband. You'll get away with it longer that way.
I'm sorry. Look, my new fiancé broke up with me.
Yeah, I heard about that. He actually had the decency to get rid of you when he found out you were married. Can't say you don't deserve it, though. Oh yeah, there was something else I wanted to ask you. I wonder if you can answer this. I probably won't get another chance to ask you. Why did you cover for your mom when she caused the accident? You covered for your mother after paralyzing me, despite her blatantly being in the wrong. Then you divorced me. What exactly was your endgame? Weren't you worried about your affair getting out? Or did you decide you liked Loverboy more than me when my legs stopped working?
I knew there was no going back for us. I felt awful about it. You've always been so good to me, being there for me when I was going through hard times. You were my rock, and I felt pathetic for what I'd done to you. But I thought that if I could remarry and hide my infertility to my new husband...
You intended on repeating the same mistakes then? You're beyond saving.
Please, Martin, I know I did wrong. I said I'm sorry. You don't have to be so hard on me. I feel horrible enough as it is. Do you have any idea how much it pains me that I'll never have kids of my own? Can you even imagine what that feels like?
Incredible! Only you could claim to be the victim in all this. Give it a rest already. I'm sick of hearing you speak. Would someone in anguish over not being able to have kids really say, "I'm infertile, so he'll never find out," to the man they're cheating on their husband with?
Ugh, what is it with you? Seriously, have you no compassion? I used up all my dad's inheritance money. I have no job, and to top it all off, I'm in tons of debt. Martin, we're both at rock bottom here.
Maybe if you weren't taking out loans and getting wasted all the time, you'd still have some of your own money left. You've only yourself to blame.
Please, I feel like I'm losing it here, Martin. I feel like I've always been a slave to my mom. I want out.
You made your bed, now lie in it. We discussed cutting off ties with your mother when me and you got married, all those years ago. Remember?
Martin, please. Let's make another go of it, please? Can I have one more chance? Will you protect me one more time? I'll do anything, I mean it. And I'll never betray you again, I promise.
Whether you could have kids or not, I've always said I'd be happy as long as I had you. I meant it. I really did. I loved you more than anything, Selena. Whether your mom abused me till she ran out of words to abuse me with, whether it meant struggling financially, I loved you too much to care about any of it.
I know that. I've always been so grateful for you. Can't we go back to being like that, just me and you? I used to be your sugar dumpling, and you my honey pie.
Ugh! It's not happening in a million years, so just give it up. I've lost everything. My legs, my family. I was stabbed in the back by the person I love the most in the world. The one who needs protecting here is me. From you.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'll look after you from now on. I'll care for you at home. I'll help you with the rehab. Just let me in, please.
I'd rather not. I don't need your apologies either.
I mean it. I'll never betray you again. You're the only reason I have to carry on living, Martin. Let's give it one more shot. Me and you. We can be a team again, just like old times.
Gross. You tossed your disabled husband aside to be with your lover. We're not having this conversation because he broke up with you. Not to mention your abusive health and safety hazards of a mother. What guy in their right mind would marry someone like you twice? I'd rather live alone in the wilderness, on the mountain she abandoned me on. After finalizing divorce proceedings and receiving a tidy sum in compensation from the cheating backstabber and her wicked mother, I embarked on my new life by putting my house up for sale, and I'm currently planning my next move while I wait for a buyer. I heard that Selena got institutionalized with severe mental illness over what happened with me. Like I said before, not my problem. I don't wish her ill. But anything that ever was between us is no more, and will never be again. I wasn't able to press charges on her ex-mother-in-law over paralyzing me in the accident, but I was so livid over the whole abandoned on a snowy mountain in the middle of winter trick she pulled that I filed a police report immediately. Apparently, she's going through several rounds of rigorous questioning at the police station. And according to my lawyer, things don't look great for her. I'm sure from her perspective, it was her way of twisting the knife in after paralyzing me and saying goodbye in the most malicious, black-hearted way possible. But as well as becoming notorious among the neighbors for having paralyzed someone through her careless driving, she gained quite the reputation as the crazy old hag who dumps people she doesn't like on the top of mountains. I wasn't able to use my legs at all at first, but after going to the rehab sessions like my life depended on it, I'm now able to take baby steps while grabbing onto railings. It's not much, but more than doctors ever hoped for. I may never be able to walk as well as I used to, but medical technology is advancing leaps and bounds these days. And I've always believed you should never give up hope. So nothing's gonna stop me from giving rehab my all. Thankfully, my company was very understanding and reinstated me from my usual position to office work. Now, I'm leading a stress-free life, doing things I enjoy. They say every cloud has a silver lining, and between the compensation and my savings, I'm in the fortunate position of having a lot of money stashed away. I'm thinking of starting my own company. In any case, I can't tell you how great it feels to not be plagued with so many worries anymore. In a sense, this is the best revenge I could have ever hoped for.
Hey, Renna. Is the Sunday of the week after next okay for the get-together with your parents?
Hey Ken, thanks for working so hard lately. You're the best. Yeah, I think the week after next should be good. Mom and Dad should be at home then, so I don't see why not.
Okay, great. Let's go for a week on Sunday then.
Sounds good. Thanks for coming up with a day. I don't know about you, but I'm kinda nervous. I can't believe it's your first time meeting my parents, despite the fact that we're getting married. That's heavy.
No kidding. It's just been one thing after the other with work, and we never really got a chance, huh? This might just be the most nervous I've ever been in my life. Do you think I should wear a suit?
No way, silly. Just wear your normal clothes. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I was wondering if I should invite Mel to be there for the introduction too.
I guess I don't really mind. Mel knows I proposed to you, right? I wouldn't want to bother her on her day off work though, so only invite her if it's not a problem.
Yeah, about that. Mel hasn't been herself lately. She seems a little down. I was thinking it might do her some good to spend some time with everyone. It's been so long. I think it might be just what she needs.
Oh? I didn't know about that. I see. Wonder if something happened.
I've asked her a few times, but she keeps saying she's fine. Ever since we were kids, she's always been the type to hide how she's really feeling. Honestly, she never tells me anything. I don't know whether it's because we're twins, but even if she doesn't say a thing, I can tell when something's bothering her.
I see. I guess that is a little worrying. Hopefully being reunited with everyone will give her a break from her worries. Could be just what she needs.
Listen, on the off chance that she says anything to you about how she's feeling, would you do me a favor and hear her out? I want her to have someone she can talk to.
Huh? Me? Would she really unload her words onto me of all people?
She likes you, you know. She even praised you before. She said you always seem so relaxed and laid back, and that she feels like you're the sort of person she could rely on you if she needed to.
What? But I'm not like that at all. Okay, deal. If she says anything to me, I'll hear her out.
Thanks a bunch, honey. I'm counting on you. I'll tell my parents about the plan. Knowing them, they'll probably prepare an unnecessary large buffet.
I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I can always eat.
Good evening, Ken. Oh, it's been a while.
Hi, Mel. No kidding. How you been? It's not like you to message me. Did something happen?
I heard you and Rena are getting married, so naturally, I wanted to congratulate you. Congratulations. Take good care of my big sister, okay? And don't forget to give me some attention every now and then, too.
Thanks. I'm gonna be going to your parents' place soon so I can meet them before the wedding. Did Rena tell you?
Yep, she told me. The thing is, I really want to go, but I have plans on that day, and I can't make it.
Oh, I see. That's a shame. But let's go out for a meal somewhere, some other time, to make up for it. Just the three of us, okay?
Sounds good.
You're gonna be family when I marry your big sis, after all. And that means you're gonna be stuck with me. I hope you're prepared. I want you to know that if you ever need anyone to talk to, I'm here. Whether I'll be of any use is a different matter altogether.
Ken, thank you. Listen, the thing is, I actually messaged you today because there was something I wanted to talk about.
Oh, you did? What is it?
Well, you see, I'm pregnant.
Wow, congratulations! I didn't know you had a boyfriend. Wait a sec. No way. Is he refusing to acknowledge it as his?
No, the baby is yours.
What? The baby is mine?
Yes, I'm pregnant with your child, Ken.
No. Wait a sec. Me and you aren't even together, Mel.
I know that.
But in that case, you must know it's not possible for you to be pregnant with my kid.
That's where you're wrong. You don't know this, but I went on a date with you in my sister's place one time.
Wait, what? No way. No way! There's just no way. It's 100% impossible. No, 200% impossible.
The truth is, Ken, it was love at first sight. As soon as I saw you, I knew you were the one. I knew that we were meant to be together. On that day, Rena had a cold and she was feeling pretty under the weather. I could hear how ill she was on the phone, so I bought some vitamin drinks and headed over to her apartment. While I was there, she told me about how she was supposed to go on a date with you that evening. Then, after she fell asleep, something just came over me. I put on some of her clothes and headed out to meet you for the date, pretending to be her.
Wow. Oh my god.
There was a day where she canceled on you last minute, but then texted a little later saying it turned out she could go after all, right? Remember?
Well, yeah, I remember, but she said that was because you caught a cold and she was gonna stay home and look after you while you recovered.
That was because I took her phone when she wasn't looking and sent a phony message. Speaking honestly, I was almost certain you'd know it was me. But I liked you so much, I thought, what the hell, let's do it. What surprised me the most was that you didn't even seem suspicious.
Come on, Mel, are you serious? None of this makes sense. The entire chat history is still there. Surely Rena would have seen it when she woke up and realized what was going on.
Yes, which is why when the date was over, I apologized to her immediately. I think that's why she fell for it so completely. Of course, I didn't tell her about us sleeping together. I just played me going on the date instead of her as some kind of prank. Like a wanting to see how long I could trick you for kind of thing. Fun and games, you know?
I see.
The thing is, I've wanted kids for a long time, and that hasn't changed. But I'm not sure I can raise a child all on my own. To tell you the truth, I'm scared, Ken. Which is why I'm not going to ask you to acknowledge the baby. But I am going to need compensation in the form of child support payments, at least for a little while.
Compensation? What the hell?
I did think about raising it completely on my own, and honestly, I'd rather do it that way, but it's unrealistic. I'd be at work all the time, and I want to be there for the baby at least for the first year. I'm not going to ask you to pay child support for 20 years or anything. That would just be crazy. But at the very least, instead of that, and please understand I never wanted to ask you this, but can I ask you for a one-time payment of $40,000?
Holy freaking Jesus balls.
I'm sure I remember you and Rena talking about how you were saving up money in some kind of marriage fund, right? On top of that, you invest in stocks and shares, right? And didn't you say you dabble in crypto too? Surely you can put together a measly $40,000 for our baby.
Like hell I can!
What? Why not? Look, I know it could be argued that it was wrong of me to deceive you like that. But this is your own child we're talking about here. If you won't pay, I'll tell Rena and my parents that you got me pregnant. Do you really want that to happen? Rena would be heartbroken. She'd never recover.
Of course I don't want that to happen. It's just that I honestly have no recollection of sleeping with you.
I told you! I dressed up in Rena's clothes and pretended to be her when she canceled your date. You can either pay me $40,000 and this all disappears, or we can go public with everything and you marry me. Which will it be? I'm not unreasonable. If you marry me and take responsibility for your child, then we can forget about the money. It will, of course, involve you breaking up with Rena, though.
Look, Mel, I'm sorry, but none of this is making any sense to me. Can you give me some time to think things over?
Fine. But make up your mind quickly. We don't have forever here. Every second you spend hesitating over what to do is a second our baby keeps growing. Ken! Have you made a decision yet? What's taking so long? It's been an entire week since you said you needed more time.
Look, Mel, there's just no way I can go along with this.
Are you still intent on playing dumb? It's time to stop being stubborn and face reality.
You and Brenna are identical twins, which means the average guy on the street might confuse you for each other at a glance. But I know you both, and I can tell the difference. Your mannerisms, your personalities, the way you speak, the vibe is just different. All the makeup, hairstyling, or clothes in the world wouldn't make me mistake you for my own fiancé. I could drink 10 beers and still be able to tell you apart. And we didn't even drink that night.
Ken, you're lying, aren't you? Even our parents get us mixed up sometimes. Do you really think you know us better than them? That's ridiculous, and you know it. Face reality already.
Okay, so where's the proof it's my kid? If it's a DNA test you need, I'll be right there with you. Give me the cup and I'll shoot.
Wow, are you serious? Are you saying you don't believe me? I'm your fiance's sister. We'll be family soon. How could you be so horrible? I've had it with you. If that's your attitude, you leave me no choice. I'm telling Rena and my parents. You made me do this. This means war. I'll crush your wedding dream into little pieces.
Give it your best shot, because there's no way what you're saying is true. I've examined it from 1,000 different angles, and there's no scenario where what you're saying happened.
How can you be so sure? I can't believe you're gonna marry my sister. I'm finally seeing your true colors. To think you tried to escape responsibility for your own kid.
What you're saying is literally impossible, because I can't have kids.
Huh?
I'm impotent. Shooting blanks. My boys can't swim.
Huh? Wait, what? What? Why didn't you tell me that from the start? Are you serious? This has been nothing but a huge waste of time.
I see. Yep, I knew it. You were lying. The reason I went quiet for so long was because I was racking my brains to try to find any kind of reason you'd lie about something like this.
Wow. That's funny.
Excuse me? Which part is funny?
The idea of my sister marrying a good-for-nothing infertile loser like you. You're damaged goods. Do you have any idea how much my sister loves kids? You're doomed from the start. There's no way your marriage is going to last. You may as well not even bother and save yourself the hurt.
Rena said yes when I proposed, knowing full well about my condition. which is why we planned on living happily together even if it meant we could never have kids.
Well, that may be so. But what about our parents? Do you have any idea how many times they've told me how excited they are to meet their grandkids? You've got another thing coming if they think they'll allow this. I've got it. I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. If you pay me a generous fee and hush money, I'll agree not to tell my parents about your unfortunate condition. Believe me, you're done for if they find out. Think about it, everyone wins. You'd be a fool to say no.
Everyone wins? How so? Because all this sounds like to me is that you're so desperate for money you'll stop at nothing to get your grubby hands on it. Even if it means destroying your family's lives.
Whatever. You can think that if it makes you feel better. I guess it's not exactly wrong. I'm really a sucker for a fat wad of cash. But looking it up from your perspective, you want my mom and dad to like you, right? You must be really nervous about meeting them. You do want to be accepted, don't you?
Well, yeah, but that's exactly why I don't want to lie to them. Funnily enough, I just arrived at your parents' place with Rena.
Huh? But the wedding introduction wasn't supposed to be for another week.
True, but then you decided to pull this lunatic stunt of yours and the plan changed. I thought it'd be better if they heard it straight from the horse's mouth rather than you telling them in a malicious attempt to destroy their image of me. I decided it was best to start from a point of honesty and tell them the truth straight away.
Wait, if you're at my parents' place, does that mean you told my family about me?
It's not exactly that I told them. It's more that they're looking at my phone right now, watching this conversation play out in real time.
What? They're doing... What? Oh my god! What have you done? Are you trying to destroy your fiancé's sister's reputation? What's wrong with you?
The only one who destroyed your reputation is you, young lady. You're the shame of this family. You disgust me.
Huh?
Oh, that wasn't me. It was your dad. So yeah, that's basically where we are right now.
I'm so sorry. Dad, please. I made a mistake, please. It was all just one big prank. A joke. I didn't mean it. Please, believe me.
How about you come over and explain yourself to everyone in person? To quote your dad, "Get your ass over here now!" I think it's about time you took responsibility for what you've done.
If you'd have just kept your mouth shut and paid me the money, my plan would have worked.
Excuse me? Do you have zero self-awareness? In any case, you seriously need to get your head checked out. This isn't normal behavior. The one who hurt your sister is you, Mel. No, wrong. You hurt your entire family. It turns out the reason Mel was so desperate for money was because she'd become a regular at a local strip club and fallen in love with one of the gigolos, who periodically requested large sums of money from her, and she subsequently ended up in mountains of debt. To make matters worse, and I was gobsmacked when I found this out, but apparently this is the second time. The first time, her mom and dad saved her butt and paid off her $80,000 of debt. But they made it absolutely clear that they never be doing it again, and warned her vehemently against going down the same path. Sadly, even after being granted a second chance at life, she didn't learn from her mistakes. And this time, was even stupid enough to borrow from a black market loan shark. Rena and her parents were furious at her for trying to extort money out of me, and they came down on her like a ton of bricks. I don't think I've ever seen a human being look so terrified. In the end, they cut her out of their lives completely. Apparently, her parents had sold their car, canceled their insurance policy, and begged various relatives to come up with the money to pay off the debts the first time around. Rena even donated the entirety of her savings account to get her wayward twin sister out of this catastrophic mess she'd gotten herself into. It's hardly surprising that none of them had the patience to put up with her shenanigans a second time around. 6 months later, Mel showed up at her parents' house looking so worn out and beaten down by life that I can only describe her appearance as homeless. Of course, she lied about my role in everything, but it turns out she genuinely had been pregnant, and she came to beg for money to help with bringing up the baby. The baby daddy was none other than the male stripper she had fallen in love with. Needless to say, her dad sent her on her way before she even had time to say hello. By the way, the in-laws both apologized to me profusely for everything their daughter had put me through. They also had no issue with me not being able to have kids. In their words, as long as you two are happy together, you have our complete, unwavering support. With that, it was full steam ahead for the wedding. Up until then, I'd never felt any kind of positive emotion towards my condition. But in this case, it was precisely because I was infertile that Mel's efforts to deceive me ended in failure. Thanks to my boy's inability to swim, me and my family were able to cut an unbelievably toxic individual out of our lives forever. She might have called me damaged goods, but now me and Rena are living out our married lives in tranquil peace and harmony. And I've never been happier. I intend to continue being a good, honest husband from here on out and live out my life in happiness with the woman I love.
Anna, you got a minute? Can you lend me some money again? Maybe like $300?
Mom, I told you last month I'm not giving you any more money. Stop leeching off of me. Seriously. No more. I'm finished. You're not getting a dime.
Oh, come on. I'm your mother. Don't be so cruel, please.
No, you never pay me back. I'm not lending you another dime.
Oh, Anna, please. I need money to pay the heating bill. Please help me, dear. I'm gonna freeze to death out here. What if I really die? I'm your mother. You have to help me. You really want that on your conscience?
Stop trying to put this on me. This is your fault, not mine. If you want money, stop wasting money on stupid things. And you know what I'm going through right now? My husband is fighting cancer as we speak. I got enough on my plate as is. Stop bothering me with this nonsense.
I know that. I wish I didn't have to ask, but I got bills to pay, and I'm in debt.
Wait, what? Debt? You never told me that.
I know. I knew you'd get bad, so I didn't tell you.
Hold on. Wait. So you used up all the money Dad left you, and now you're in debt? You're joking me, right? Wow. Just wow. You're unbelievable. I don't even know what to say to you.
Oh, stop being so dramatic. Please, Anna, you're the only one that can help me. I know you got your husband to take care of, but I'm family too. Please, you can't just abandon me. Please help me.
I helped you enough already. I'm through with you. I'm not that wealthy, you know. This is your problem, not mine. Figure it out. And even if I had the money to give to you, I'd rather spend it on my husband. You got that?
Fine. I'll figure something out about the debt. But I need the $300. Please. This will be the last time. I promise.
That's what you always say. I don't trust you. You really expect me to believe you? How stupid do you think I am?
But I'll freeze to death. You can't do this to me. Please, dear, I'm begging you. I'll get a job. I swear. Please.
Fine. But this is the last time. I mean it. If you try this again, I'm cutting all ties with you. You got that? You're a grown woman. Learn to take care of yourself.
Oh, Anna. Thank you. Thank you so much. I know. I'm gonna get a job soon. I promise. Thank you so much. You're the best. Sorry for the late reply. I was busy. Is your husband okay? You at the hospital? What happened? Hope everything is okay. Anna? Hello?
Mom, he just passed away. He went peacefully.
Oh, I see. Good.
What? What did you say? What are you talking about? How can you say that?
The thing is, your wedding rings. I sold it off, but he's dead now, so it doesn't matter, right?
Wait, what? Our wedding rings? You sold it? What are you talking about?
When I came over the other day for the loan, I looked around the house for valuables, and I found some nice rings and watches, so I sold it. You guys weren't using it anyway, so I thought you wouldn't mind. I used the money to pay off some of my debt. I didn't waste it on stupid things, so...
Are you serious? What the hell is wrong with you? Go get it back right now! He saved up years to buy me that ring. You realize that? What is your problem? And the watch. How is his favorite watch?
But he's dead now. I don't see what the problem is. And you're single now, so who cares? He's gone now, so we gotta move on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what's the point of keeping something if nobody's gonna use it, right? You know I'm right. And I'm sure this is what he would want.
Shut the hell up! You're insane! You're going to hell for this. Screw you. I'm done with you. You're dead to me. I want nothing to do with you anymore.
Why are you so mad? Look, I'm sorry, okay? I didn't think you'd make such a big deal out of it. I guess you really loved him.
What the hell are you laughing at? Huh? Of course I loved him. When Dad died, you cried for days.
Well, yeah, but I was just worried about money, that's all. He was supposed to take care of me. Never thought he'd die before me.
What? So you were worried about yourself? I thought you were crying because you were sad.
I was, but once you're dead, there's nothing you could do about it, so might as well move on, right?
You're unbelievable.
You don't have to understand, dear. We all process grief differently, so... Anyways, let me help you with the funeral arrangements. It's the least I can do after all the financial help you gave me. Just tell me what to do.
Screw you! And don't come to the funeral. You're not welcomed. If you show up, I'm gonna lose it. Don't even think about it. Stay away. And the wedding rings? You're getting them back for me. No matter what it takes. What the hell, Mom? I told you not to come.
Oh, come on! My daughter's husband died. I just wanted to pay my respects. Why did you have to kick me out? You embarrassed me in front of everyone.
Hey, your respects? You gotta be kidding me. You probably came for the obituary gifts. You got some nerve showing up like that. You know that? Thank goodness my sister-in-law noticed you, you thief.
Stop calling me that! Look, I had no choice, okay? I'm still in debt. I needed the money. And I'm family. I'm entitled to some of that money.
No, I don't think so. I'm using the money we got from our guests for my husband, not you. You're not getting a dime.
Your husband was a kind man. If he was alive, he'd definitely help me out. Why can't you be more like him, huh? Some daughter you are. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Seriously? Well, I'm embarrassed that you're my mother. Seriously. All you care about is yourself. You make me sick.
How dare you talk to me like that? I raised you all these years. Apologize. You don't get to talk to me like that. Where did I go wrong with you? You should be ashamed.
You barely did anything for me. Dad did everything around the house. All you ever did was leech off of us. You're pathetic. You didn't raise me. Dad did, and you know it.
What is your problem? Why are you so angry with me? Is it because I sold your ring? Is that it? If it was so important to you, why didn't you keep it on you at all times?
We stopped wearing it when he got cancer. He lost a lot of weight, so the ring didn't fit anymore. That's why. We kept it in our bedroom, so we wouldn't lose it. That ring meant a lot to me.
Oh well, it's gone now, so just forget about it. Move on. Old memories aren't worth anything, so...
Memories are all I got now. And the rings? I got them back.
Huh?
I went around the city looking for pawn shops. They weren't that many, so it wasn't that hard. And when I told them what happened, they let me buy it back.
What? You paid them? Seriously? Are you dumb? What a waste of money. What is wrong with you?
I told you, that ring meant a lot to me. That's why. You want to understand, all you care about is yourself, so... And it wasn't a waste of money.
Yes, it is. You should have given me that money instead. I only stole from you because you stopped lending me money. You know that?
And whatever. In a way, I'm glad you stole from me.
Huh? Why?
Because now, I can press charges against you for theft. I'm going to the police.
Police? Stop joking around. I'm your mother.
I have no mother. Screw you. You're dead to me. You can burn in hell for all I care.
Anna, hold on. Look, I apologize, okay? I'm sorry. Let's just leave the cops out of this. We can talk about this. I'll pay you back, I promise. I'll do anything you tell me to. Anything you want, honey.
Anything, huh? Okay then. Go kill yourself and burn in hell. If you can't do that then, you got no choice. You're going to jail. Once you're behind bars, I'll feel a little better.
Stop kidding around. I can't get arrested. If I have a criminal record, how will I get a job? And what if the neighbors find out about this? I have a lot of friends. What would they think of me?
So what? I don't care about any of that. All you ever did was leech off of me. And when my husband died, you tried to take advantage of it. Then you stole my wedding ring and sold it off. Why should I help you, huh? After all the things you did to me.
But I'm the only family you got left now. I'm your mother.
I don't have a mother. She's dead.
What?
You heard me. You're dead to me now. I'm through with you. Once someone's dead, there's nothing you can do about it, right? You said it yourself. You're just a stranger to me now. You can do whatever you want now. Just leave me out of it. But, I'm still gonna sue you for the damages.
Sue me?
Yeah, you stole from me, remember? The money I had to pay the pawn shop to get it back? And for my pain and suffering. You'll hear from my lawyer soon.
Anna, you can't just leave me like this.
Not my problem. You're on your own now. And you got lots of friends, right? Ask them for help.
Oh, come on, please. You're the only one that can help me. Please help me. Please, I need you. I'm your mother.
Screw you. And again, I don't have a mother.
Anna, stop saying that. You're really not gonna help me?
No. How many times do I have to tell you? You're not my family anymore. You're dead to me. Go to hell. A few weeks later, she got arrested for theft. But it was her first offense, so she didn't get any prison time. But I hired a good lawyer and sued her for the damages. She didn't have much cash, but she had a lot of jewelry and designer bags. She had to sell it all off to pay me back. Why didn't she just sell her own stuff if she needed the money? She was unbelievable. And now, she was on her own. And she was still up to her neck in debt. A few months later, she filed for bankruptcy. They took everything from her. She had nothing now. She tried to borrow some money from her relatives after that. But everyone knew about what she did. So nobody said yes. So she went to her friends, but they all knew about what she did. So nobody was willing to help her. She was all alone now. She had nowhere to go. Not sure what happened to her after that, but not my problem. She can rot in hell for all I care. As for me, I was slowly getting my life back on track. Losing my husband was really hard on me. I thought about giving up many times, but I was never the type to give up. And my relatives were really supportive. They all helped me to get through this. And the lawyer that took my case, He was a good friend of my husband, and my friends were there for me too. I had a lot of people looking out for me, and for that, I was grateful. Anyways, I'm just glad she's out of my life. Time to move on.
How are the test results?
All clear this month, too.
That's incredible! So glad to hear that you're all okay.
Now I can go over there without any worries. I was seriously scared and hopeless when they found the cancer, but I'm so glad that I didn't give up and just quit. Thank you for looking up a lot of hospitals and treatments for me to try out. You really saved me there.
Oh, come on. That was the least I could do. You did most of the fighting. I couldn't be by your side unless there was some kind of big thing going on like surgery. You know, like during your tough treatments. It was all because of your hard work and effort.
I mean, you were away for business and you came back time and time again when I thought that it would be impossible, right? I was seriously happy when I saw you. I'm going to support you as much as I can to return how much you supported me, okay?
Thank you so much. From now on, let's be sure to support each other as a family. I want to hurry up and see Cody too,
Hey, what about me? LOL.
Of course I want to see you. That's a given. All right. I'll be waiting for you, okay? Make sure you enjoy your life in Japan, okay? Take your time and enjoy life there while you can. Be sure to watch your health and don't push yourself too hard, okay?
Aye, Captain. Mom, where are you now? I was gonna pick up Justin, so I stopped by the house, but then no one was home, so... If you're out right now, do you want me to come pick you up and give you a ride? Mom? Did something happen? Hello? Oh, hey, Miss Susan. Sorry to tell you this after you came out all this way, but Cody is going to be my child from now on. You make sure to enjoy the rest of your life, okay? Face your demons and whatnot. What? I'm not sure I understand. Like I said, Cody is going to be taken into our house as our child. So from now on, please stop thinking that he's your child. I'm not sure I really understand what you're saying. What is going on? Why are you suddenly being like this? Well, they already told you how little life you have left, right? You had the surgery, but they don't know if you'll live 5 more years or not, right? I mean, you're not wrong, but the important thing is that I didn't have any metastasis, so if nothing else happens or crops up, I can live a long and fulfilling life. How could you say that after the doctor literally told you you barely have any time left? Just because you stay positive doesn't mean that the disease is just going to magically disappear, LOL. Or maybe you're just not able to face the reality, huh? I'm not running from reality. I am facing my reality. It is true that the cancer is still in remission. And even if it shows up again, I will make sure to face it down again and go to treatment. I don't really care about your body and health, to be honest, LMAO. I'm not going to give you Cody back. I think I said this earlier, but I don't understand what you're saying. Calm down and think about it for a second. It's pretty miserable having the memory of a mother who can only live for a few more years, right? He's only 2 years old. If he stays away from you now, he will have no recollection at all of who you are. If you die, we're going to end up taking care of Cody anyway. Honestly, I'd rather just get started taking care of him now than later, you know. It doesn't matter anyway, because it's not like you can take care of him until you're legal. That's a little bit rude, don't you think? You don't have to say it like that. It's not like it's been decided that I'm going to die. Is that really that rude? I think I'm just saying the most common and logical thing for him and everyone else involved. Tell me you don't understand it all. Right? Justin is away overseas for work. You're a ticking time bomb with that broken and diseased body of yours. I don't want a woman like that to be taking care of the important heir to our family. You do understand, right? I'm going to raise my son. I promise I won't be causing any more problems with you, Mom. I really don't care about anything else right now. Just give me Cody back. Oh, come on. Stop acting like I kidnapped him or something. Look, it's not like I'm being mean to you or anything, okay? I'm just glad that you gave birth to a boy. I'm thankful for it even. But Justin and Cody both have bright futures ahead of them. You can't really say the same thing about yourself, can you?
I'm moving ahead of schedule to plan for the future. Do you understand? Besides, I already have a new woman chosen to take care of him and act as a mother. Huh? What are you talking about, a woman chosen to be his new mother? I meant exactly what I said. Cody's new mother has been picked. You remember Justin's childhood friend, right? Mary? She's going to be his new mother. She's healthy, kind, and I'm sure she would be a great mother to Cody if I asked. Truth be told, I had always hoped that Jessica would marry into the family, ever since they were young. And then Justin goes and chooses you. Whatever. That's already in the past, so I can't complain now, lol. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that I'm done with you. Your job is complete. Just forget about your child and enjoy the rest of your life that's left. Okay? What do you mean my job is complete? That's how you felt this whole time? That's what you really think? I mean, it's not my fault you don't seem to really understand what's going on. I'm still being a little too kind if I'm honest, lol. It's tough talking to someone who doesn't want to listen. Like talking to a brick wall.
What are you talking about, Mom took Cody? What the hell is she thinking? She said that she's not gonna give him to you anymore, right?
Yeah, exactly! She told me that she was going to raise Cody as her own to be the family heir. I don't know what to do, Justin!
I just called her, but she won't answer her phone. I'm so sorry, Susan. Oh, wait. Hang on a sec.
Huh?
Figured it out.
Huh?
Where Cody's being kept.
Oh.
He's at Mary's house.
That's the lady that Mom was saying would be your new wife and Cody's new mom.
I don't understand what's going through her head right now. Mary's even married. How is she gonna possibly marry me and take care of another person's child?
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, I think Mom knows that too. Or at least she should know. Mary even has a kid that's as old as Cody. I really think something is wrong with my mom's head. She apparently showed up at Mary's house all of a sudden and asked if she could take care of Cody for a while and took off somewhere. Anyway, Cody is safe and sound at Mary's house, and he should be safe while he's there. I'm going to talk to Mary now and explain exactly what's going on. I'm sorry, but can you talk to Mary directly after this and going forward? I'm still not in Japan, so...
Of course. Leave it to me. I'm going to pick up Cody real quick, so don't worry, okay? Hey, Miss Susan. Were you able to sort out your feelings and get everything in order for your passing? I'm really hoping you've already signed the divorce papers that I mailed to your house a few weeks ago. Oh. Hey, Mom. Good morning. Good morning? What are you talking about? It's nighttime. Have you finally lost your mind, lol? You really should start sleep talking while you're, asleep, lol. Oh, I'm sorry about that, lol. I forgot the whole time difference thing. What? Of course it's nighttime right now. You really must be sleep talking. I'm sure you're just enjoying your time all alone with no kids, right? You're seriously the least qualified mother I know. I don't really care what you think at all, but can you please not contact me anymore from now on? I have no intention of leaving behind my kids or getting a divorce. What are you talking about, lol? Cody is over here, you understand? You have a lot of balls coming at me like that. We actually both moved overseas already. Cody is right next to me at the moment. We're all having breakfast as a family right now. Huh? Wait, hang on. What are you talking about as a family? Cody is over here! No, he's not. I actually picked up Cody from Mary a while ago. What? Why? How? Just yesterday, Mary had told me that Cody is having a great time at her house. Oh, she was just pretending the whole thing to make sure that we were all able to get out of Japan as a family. It was so that you wouldn't cause more of a fuss. We had to pretend to have custody of Cody. And while you weren't paying attention, we left the country. That's a lie! I don't believe any of your lies! How would Mary be in contact with you anyway? You're a terrible liar, Miss Susan! Just so you know, Justin and Mary are close childhood friends, so it wouldn't be that difficult for the two to get into contact with each other. Mary had contacted Justin because she suddenly had Cody thrown into her house. Justin is overseas, so I was talking to Mary directly and making all of our arrangements. She told me all about how you suddenly showed up and left a child at her house with no explanation at all. She really seemed to be confused and scared about the whole thing. There is no way that Mary would ever betray me. She's always been kind and liked me. She's not a smartass like you and is a really good kid. Unlike you.
I think she helped me because she's a really good person. She even helped us get to Justin without any problems too. You realize that Mary is married and has a kid too, right? I know you were talking about making the two get married, but they were both in strong denial about the whole thing, LOL. I don't understand what was going through your brain when you thought all of this up, LMAO.
You're still lying. I can tell you know. She's always liked Justin, ever since they were little. So if I make the suggestion that the two get married, I'm sure she'll get a divorce and remarry Justin. Wow. You've really got it all figured out, huh? I don't really care anymore, to be honest.
No one cares about what you're thinking, LOL. We're all going to cut ties with you as a family. Both Justin and I are going to get new phones and new contact information. We don't plan on sharing our address with you or our new address when we move back to Japan. Please enjoy the rest of your life all alone. Okay?
You should have let cancer do its job. I really hope and pray that the cancer comes back and finishes you off.
Oh, I do need to thank you for one thing, though. Thank you for taking care of Cody while I was in the hospital. I really do want to thank you for that, and that alone. That kind of thing will never happen to you again, though, because you have accomplished your job, and you're used up, LOL. Apparently, she couldn't believe what I was saying at all, so she decided that she would check herself and went to Mary's home. She saw her over the ring and pretended to not be home. Mary also blocked her from all her contacts. However, she still couldn't give up after that. While Mary was out shopping with her son, she kidnapped Mary's son. Apparently, my mother-in-law was still under the impression that Cody was at Mary's house, and she mistook Mary's son to be Cody. Mary called the police immediately, and she was arrested and taken away. Mary's son was, of course, returned to Mary in one piece. The whole thing kicked off because of the Cody incident, so even though it was her first time ever getting arrested, she was still sentenced to time in prison because of how criminal she was. Apparently, she finally started to realize the wrongdoing she had committed after she was arrested and imprisoned, but it doesn't have anything to do with us since we cut ties with her. The police contacted Justin, but Justin said that he wants nothing to do with her at all. Apparently, she never really liked me to begin with. She wanted to use my cancer as an excuse to chase me out of the household. However, it seems like she really shot herself in the foot in the end. I'm not used to living overseas, and everything is new. But when I got my routine checkup, everything seemed normal and I was in the clear. Nowadays, we all live together happily as a family. I plan to outlive my mother-in-law for sure.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Jesus, Jason. Stop spam calling me at work. What's wrong?
What the heck was today's lunchbox? You think it's acceptable to send me to work with that crap?
Your lunchbox? What about it?
Don't play dumb with me, bitch! I can tell the difference between fresh and frozen ingredients. Do not cut corners with my meals.
Wow, what the hell? Where do you get off speaking to me like that? Did you seriously call me 25 times while I was at work over your freaking lunchbox? I was in the middle of an important meeting.
What could possibly be more important than my lunchbox?
Is this a joke?
Why aren't you doing your job properly? Do you have any idea how badly your lunchbox embarrassed me? I couldn't be seen eating that frozen poor people's slop in front of my coworkers, but still, I had to eat. So I ate it in a toilet cubicle instead.
You didn't have to do that. No one cares about your lunchbox, Jason. Besides, even if they did care, how do you expect anyone to know the difference between frozen and fresh by looking at it across a dinner table?
No. I knew, so why wouldn't they? You want me to be known as a guy who eats peasant lunchboxes, do ya? Don't ever embarrass me like that again.
Who even cares about stuff like that? You know what? If my lunchboxes are so awful, you can start fixing your own lunches. I get up first thing every morning to make sure you have something to eat at work in spite of the fact I always have early meetings to go to. I don't have the time to make everything with fresh ingredients by hand all the time.
Are you really a woman?
Obviously, I am. Why?
If you're really a woman, why can't you cook? No self-respecting woman would make a lunchbox like that.
You're deluded if you think being a woman alone equates to cooking ability. Everyone has their strengths and weaknesses regardless of gender.
Oh yeah? Well, my mom doesn't just make the most delicious food in the world. She also does the housework perfectly.
And so the dreaded mom comparisons begin. When are you going to stop comparing me with her? We're different people. Your mom's been a stay-at-home housewife for over 30 years. I work full-time at a very stressful job, so just stop this crap already. You may as well be comparing apples to oranges.
It's only natural for me to compare you. There wasn't a single speck of dust to be found at my mom's place back when I lived with her before we got married. There were no mountains of unwashed laundry of the kind that are a daily occurrence in the dump we call a home. She cooked me 3 meals a day with fresh ingredients by hand.
Great! So your mom's a stay-at-home housewife and I'm not. What's your point? Me and you work full-time. How can you possibly compare us? You have no idea how hard it is to run a household because you've never lived on your own.
What a joke! How hard can housework be? You'd never catch my mom complaining like this. She keeps the house in perfect condition, and she does it with a smile on her face. You're just lazy and incompetent.
And you don't have a clue what you're talking about, man-child. If your mommy's cooking is so amazing, why don't you pack your things and scoot back off to her place where you can be waited on hand and foot 24/7?
Why you gotta turn on me like this, huh? You're so freaking antagonistic. God, you make me mad.
I make you mad? Give me a break. Not only do you disturb me with trivial crap while I'm at work, but you're constantly crying about trivial crap while I'm at home too.
Who the hell do you think you're speaking to, woman? You will show the man of this house his proper respect. You said you'd do your best to juggle the housework with work before you got married. Stop breaking your promise.
That was back when I had no idea how aggressively you were gonna force it on me. Would it really kill you to do some of it yourself? It couldn't be any more obvious your parents never made you lift a finger at home.
No, I just didn't have to because my mom did her job as a woman, unlike you. You could learn a thing or two from her. When the heck aren't you home, woman? Do you know what time it is? It's almost 10 p.m. You better not be doing overtime. Holy mother of God. Did you go out drinking with your girlfriends without my permission?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I did exactly like I told you I would before I went to work this morning.
I never gave you permission to do that. I made it very clear that you would not be going out for drinks with the girls. I don't give a heck how much you think you need to let your hair down.
I don't need your permission to go out with my friends, Jason.
Oh, yes, you do!
Christ! Calm down, you psycho. It's just a little get-together with my coworkers. I could hardly be the only no-show. And what exactly is the problem with me being there?
Because you're not here doing the housework. Do you have any idea how much laundry is piled up in the kitchen? Who the hell do you think you are, slacking off on your duties at home to go out and get wasted like this? You're a disgrace to the female race.
A disgrace to the female... You know what? Forget it. I don't have the energy to deal with you anymore. What's the harm in me going out for one night? I never get to go out. You always go out for drinks with your buddies. Why is it one rule for you and another for me? You go out at least twice a week, every week, no matter what. This is unfair, and you know it.
I can do what I want, I'm a man.
I don't understand your logic. Why do you get to go out with your friends and I don't, just because I'm a woman?
Because a woman's place is in the kitchen, cooking my supper.
I didn't realize I was married to a caveman. Did you time travel from the Stone Age? I should start calling you Grug. You know what, Grug? You're gonna have to go out and hunt your own supper tonight.
Don't get clever with me, woman. Use your brain. One of us has to stay home and watch the house.
Sure, but that still doesn't. I should be able to go out sometimes. I work so hard at home. Would it hurt you so much to let me go out for one measly night out once in a blue moon? I'm a human being too, you know. It's not like I don't enjoy doing all the housework, but I'd go crazy if I was stuck at home all the time. I'm your wife, not your maid.
I'm so disappointed in you, Maria. You're clearly not serious about your role as my wife.
How so?
If you were, you wouldn't send me to work with cheap frozen crap in my lunchbox. And you wouldn't go out so get wasted with your girlfriends with mountains of laundry sat at home. You're not fit to call yourself a wife.
How many times do I have to tell you I'm not a stay-at-home housewife? I work full-time and bring a lot of money home every month. My contribution might not be in line with your antiquated view of how the world should be, but I contribute nonetheless. I'm juggling the housework with my job and you have no right to complain at me.
You bring home a lot of money? I've met homeless people who make more money than you.
Excuse me?
You could quit your job today and it wouldn't affect our finances. And Dad would even notice. You know, I always wanted you to stay home and look after me and the house full time. The only reason I allowed you to carry on working is because I'm kind. But if you're gonna neglect the house this much, I'm gonna have no choice but to make you quit your job and ban you from working.
Who do you think you are? Why do I need your permission to do anything?
I am the man of this house. My word is law.
You're pathetic, Jason. Give it a break already. There's no way I'm quitting my job. I worked so hard at this company to get where I am today. Why should I throw it all away?
Then start doing the damn housework properly. I tell you what, if you don't start making this house sparkle soon, we're getting a divorce.
Well, now I've heard it all. Why would you even say something like that?
My patience has reached its limit.
That's my line.
You'd never be able to cope without me. If we get a divorce, your life is as good as over. How are you gonna get by without my salary popping you up? You'd be a crumpled, tear-stained mess on the floor the moment you heard my words.
Where does this inexplicable confidence of yours come from? It'd be impressive if it wasn't so tragic.
You can say what you like. I know you're head over heels in love with me. You're the one who asked me out, remember? You'd be in floods of tears if I dumped you.
But what if I wasn't? What if I was actually pleased?
No chance. You're the one who's always all over me like a bad rash whenever we're together. It's obvious you're madly in love with me. And why wouldn't you be? I'm good-looking, intelligent, witty, confident, charismatic, tall, have a good job, well-endowed, and most importantly, humble.
Have you heard of the word narcissist before?
Stop trying to sound clever with big fancy words, babe. It doesn't suit you.
I guess it makes no difference to me whether your head's stuck up your own ass. Divorce is fine by me.
Hey, watch your mouth! Suggest you choose your next words very carefully. You should know I won't take you back no matter how desperately you cling.
Don't worry. There's no danger of that. Desperately clinging to the likes of you is the last thing on my mind.
Sup, it's been a while. Living a life of tragic despair after the divorce, are we? Should I be a gentleman and send you some sympathy money?
What do you want? I don't need your money.
Geez, Maria, I only offer because I was worried about you. Anyone would think you'd be more grateful. Go on, admit you're hopelessly broke, depressed, and struggling to find a reason to live without me. Let's face it, it's basically over for you after getting dumped at your ripe old age.
Why would I be depressed?
You don't have to put on a bold front with me, Maria. It's obvious you're hurting inside. Listen, babe, I'm such a nice guy. I'm willing to remarry if you apologize. But only if you promise to fulfill your womanly duties and never disobey me this time.
Thanks for the offer, but I'm fine as I am. I'm about 1,000,000 times happier than I was when we were together. This luxury high-rise apartment is great.
Huh? Luxury high-rise apartment? What?
Yep, I moved into those new luxury high-rise apartments on 5th Street. The views to die for, especially at night. I can see the whole cityscape. The rooms are so gorgeous, and the security system's world-class.
Huh, what the hell? How the heck is a brokey like you living in the new apartment block on 5th Street? I heard there were A-listers living there.
A brokey? How much do you think I make? I mean, sure, it's not like I'm the one who pays the rent.
You don't pay rent? How is that possible?
A special someone's letting me live here with them. It's my boyfriend's apartment.
You have a boyfriend? But it's barely been 6 months since the divorce.
So, divorced means divorced. I'll do as I please.
No way! What kind of fruitcake would want you as their girlfriend? Man, some people have the strangest taste.
I was surprised too, but I have tons of guys making advances at me as soon as we divorced.
As soon as we divorced? Wait, you mean they had your sights on you the whole time?
This might be a tough one for you to swallow, but there are some guys who are actually into girls who are committed to their careers. My current boyfriend is one of those guys who invited me on a date after the divorce. Unlike you, he actually respects me. We split the housework 50-50. Plus, he's handsome and ripped. He's amazing. I feel like I hit the jackpot.
What the hell is this? So, you pick guys based on their willingness to do housework now. The only reason any guy would do housework is because they don't have any confidence in their ability to do their job. So you badge yourself a wet noodle of a man and actually think that's something worthy of bragging about? Even if he does live in a luxury apartment, an apartment is an apartment. If he was really all that special, he'd live in a house or a mansion.
Oh no, he earns way more than you. He outclasses you so hard in every possible way you might as well be called different species. You're definitely not in any position to be criticizing him, brokey.
Yeah, he does? How did you meet a guy like that? And so quickly?
We've known each other for a while, actually. He's one of my major clients at work. He said he'd had a thing for me a while, but he never made any moves because he knew I was married. He was so pleased when he found out I was single. By the way, he works for a company so big, there's pretty much no one on the planet who hasn't heard of them.
So you got over the crushing heartbreak of losing me by finding someone richer? You shameless parasite! I always knew you were a worthless good-for-nothing.
The only parasite here is you. I'm not interested in him for his money.
You just said he was paying your rent. That could only mean he's covering all your living expenses. You goddamn gravy train riding, freeloading, gold-digging leech!
What makes you think that? The only reason I don't pay rent is because there is no rent. The apartment belongs to him.
He owns an apartment in the luxury high-rise on 5th Street? Just how rich is he?
We split the utilities. I either buy my own food or we go halves from month to month. I have plenty of money on my own. And when there's something to be paid, I pay it. I have no need to parasite like you seem to think I do.
But you barely make anything. How could someone like you be with someone so rich? He's out of your league. You'll never last.
The thing is, Jason, you don't actually know how much money I make, do you? Go on, have a guess. What's my monthly take-home?
$1,000 at best.
Oh no. Is that your final answer?
Is it wrong? Didn't you say that before?
That was before we got married. Plus, it was before I got my new job. Of course, how could you possibly know how much I make these days? I never told you. You left all the taxes and bills to me, so it's not like you could have found out that way either. How silly of me. Of course you didn't know.
Well, tell me then, how much do you make?
$4,000 a month.
After taxes?
After taxes.
You're lying. No way. There's no way you make more money than me.
It's the truth. That's why I always wondered, what the hell you were talking about when you got carried away bragging about your salary. To think, you actually thought I'd struggle without you. It's hilarious. I'm not struggling for money, and I'm not struggling for men.
Well, why didn't you tell me that you'd made that much before you divorced?
If anything, aren't you the one struggling without me? There's not much hope of you doing the housework or laundry. I doubt you'd know where to start. I bet the house is overflowing with garbage.
No, it's not. My mom comes over to do the cleaning.
Of course. How could I forget your mother complex? Of course, your mommy's gonna come over and wipe your bottom if you're a man-child and capable of taking care of himself. How foolish of me not to realize.
I do not have a mother complex.
I don't know, Jason. It doesn't look good. What kind of 35-year-old can't get by without his mommy coming over to clean up after him? Pathetic.
You shut your mouth! Actually, I'm having a blast without you around. Things have never been better. Divorcing you was like having the most enormous weight lifted off my shoulders. Best decision I ever made.
Ah, I see. Well, I'm pleased for you. I hope you carry on having a blast. I couldn't be happier either.
I'm begging you, please come home.
Uh-huh. Excuse me? Where did that come from?
I want us to give things another shot. Please come home.
Are you insane? Didn't you say divorcing me felt like having the weight lifted from your shoulders? I thought you were having a blast.
I was just trying to put on a brave face. I was jealous because you had this happy new life and I was all alone. Miserable and depressed, so I lied. I'm lost without you.
Lost? If it's the housework you're talking about, surely you can get your mom to do it.
I don't mean the housework, I mean financially.
Huh? Money? But I don't remember your salary being that low. Even if you do make less than a third of the money I do, surely you can still live comfortably as long as you spend within your means.
The payment reminder letters started showing up not long after the divorce.
For the credit card?
There is that, but then there's the loans I took out. And then there's the repayments on my college debt, tax arrears, and a bunch of other stuff.
You mean you haven't been paying all that stuff? Freaking tax arrears? Jesus, Jason.
I had no idea how much I was spending every month. I was kind of just coasting by without paying the finances much mind. And before I knew it, my bank account was empty.
I see. I guess it was me who used to be taking care of paying off all that stuff. So you carried on living exactly as you were while we were married on 2 salaries? Obviously, things were gonna get rough for you. Didn't you make any effort to adjust your spending to your new situation?
I had no idea how much I was spending every month. When I finally realized I had loan repayments to keep on top of, I had no money left.
When you say loans, do you mean the ones you took out for the stuff like the car, the motorbike, and your guitar? I told you you were the one being irresponsible back then, but you didn't listen.
The repayment dates were closing in and I didn't want the interest to add up. So I took out another loan to pay off my loans. Now I'm up to my ears in debt and don't have a clue what to do.
Right. You're stuck in quicksand. The more you struggle, the deeper you sink. It's a vicious cycle.
Exactly.
Sorry, but I'm not helping you. You're the one who divorced me. I was willing to try and make things work, but you're on your own now. Take responsibility for your own mistakes.
But I'm finished at this rate. Please, I have no one else to turn to. I'm begging you. Please help.
Why don't you see if Mommy will give you some pocket money? She's always the first one you run crying to when you're struggling. So why me now?
I did ask my mom, but she said no. Things are tight enough for her as it is on her retirement fund. She can't afford to spare anything.
Figure it out yourself then. I'm living happily with my new boyfriend. I have absolutely no intention of taking you back. Me and Chad are getting married next year.
We've barely been divorced for 5 minutes and remarriage is already on the cards. Oh my God, Maria. How could you do this to me?
What the hell? You divorced me, Jason. What are you even saying? Besides, it'll have been over a year by then. We started dating on the premise of marriage from the get-go. You have no right to complain about anything.
Aren't we happy together, babe? Didn't we have something special? You're my sugar dumpling and I your honey pie.
Sure. To begin with, things soon went south when you thought you had me trapped. Looking back on it, all you did was hold me back. My relationship with Chad couldn't be any more different. We're equal partners and he doesn't try and make me treat him like my lord and master.
You're right, babe. I was arrogant. I swear I'll never do anything like that again. You said yourself things were good at the start. We can go back to that, can't we? I swear I'll make you happy this time.
You couldn't possibly make me happy. Even if we did live together, you'd only leech me off like the parasite you are. I'd have to be crazy to take you back. Because I think a husband and a wife should be equals. Goodbye. I heard through the grapevine that my struggling ex-husband worked day and night, holding down 3 jobs to keep on top of his exorbitant debt repayments. The divorce with me was the first time in his life he'd ever lived on his own. Predictably, he had absolutely no conception of how much things cost, or how to plan a sensible budget, and as a result, well, you read the messages. I did at least expect him to put a little thought into planning out his new life. I guess I overestimated him. Not only did Jason have no idea how much things, taxes, or utilities cost, he also had no idea how to pay them. It's hard to believe people like him exist. It's even harder to believe I was married to one. I told my new boyfriend all about my ex-husband and his weird and whimsical shenanigans. He looked at me with a perplexed frown and said, "You married a guy like that? Didn't you feel like you were a little mismatched?" Needless to say, he was confused to say at least. Looking back, I can't help but ask myself the same thing. Why did I marry Jason?
Meg, thank you so much for the marriage presents. I loved the taste of that strawberry cake so much. I'll make sure to not eat it all in a day and to share some with my husband.
That's not a present for you getting married. It can be anything but that.
Oh, is that so? I heard from your mom, though, that that's exactly what the cake was. She told me to think of it as a present from you congratulating us both.
Actually, just the other day, I went with my mom to a bakery and got that cake while we were there. And since we had bought a whole bunch of other baked goods and desserts, she asked me to send you guys the cake, and so I did. And actually, I don't really care that you ended up getting married to my brother.
Well, then I won't be calling it a present anymore, and we'll just say thank you for the cake.
You really are such a princess, aren't you? So kind and thoughtful of me and everyone else in my family. It's almost like you're being too kind and have something else on your mind that you're after.
But I was just being kind because you're my sister-in-law. I didn't mean anything else by that. We haven't spoken to one another much, and so my understanding was that until I got to know you all better, it would be safe to be as kind as possible and show you that I'm happy for being in the family.
That's right, you're not a real princess, because I'm the actual princess. My dad is a business owner, and I was born into a very affluent family. Even this house that we live in is worth more than what most people can make in their lifetime. But in your case, your dad bought the house your parents live in 30 years ago, right?
That's right, but I'm not sure what that has to do with anything.
Well, my dad made sure that we were all raised in a house that had more than enough space that some days we'd never see one another. Far different from the 2-room shack you grew up in. I haven't seen the house your parents have yet, but I can assure you I know that it's on the verge of collapsing because of how cheap it is.
I do think that the house is quite amazing that your family has. I'm sure that your family has been keeping that in great condition while continuing to keep the family company alive.
That's right. Compared to your family, we are like kings and queens here. Yeah, why does my family think of you as a princess and accepts you into this family even though your family is low class? They should consider someone of your class as a peasant. I'm sorry that you think so poorly of my family, but we are getting married now, and your parents were the ones that said it'd be okay, especially considering they know me well. Well, I don't say it's okay. And what do you mean they know you well enough? Well, my dad and yours have known one another for a long time due to business. I know that. So that means my dad let my brother marry you out of pity, right? But that's not fair because unlike us, you'll be the only one getting an upgrade in the marriage. This isn't a marriage based off of anyone feeling pity for the other. We may have started going out together because our dads knew one another, but the both of us began to really love one another, and that turned into us choosing to get married. What love? I know you're after more than just my brother's love. What? You want to become a part of this family so that you can get into our money, right? And that's why you plan to become my brother's wife now. You may have everyone else fooled, but I have my eyes wide open and can see everything you're trying to do. I'm not hiding anything from your family, though. You keep treating everyone like you're some kind of princess, and they buy it because you can fake being kind and caring. There is no person on this planet that can be as kind as you and make yourself out to be. You've got a face on, right? Is there something wrong with me trying to be polite and respectful to everyone? You sound like you should be part of the royal family with that kind of talk. Well, I can tell it's all a lie. I'm sorry for that then. I didn't think that I was talking too politely with you guys. It's not just that though. I know you're doing it on purpose for my family's money. I'm not buying it though. Well, I'll try harder then to make sure that you can begin to trust me. I never will though. Now that I just remembered, do you think that you'll be going to your family gathering next month? I heard that everyone will be going back to your parents' house for an event. Of course, I'll be going. Then you and I will be able to meet one another. I'm looking forward to that day. You're coming as well? That's what's been planned for me at least. This is a family gathering, yet you think you can come and join us as well? Because I'm with your brother now, and am considered a part of your family. Why do you think you're allowed to be a part of this family? Because your brother is a part of your family, and he's chosen to be married to me. That's not enough to make you a part of my family. I want you to know that you shouldn't even be getting married to him. Even talking to you right now is pissing me the heck off. For the time being, know that you are not allowed to come to my family's gathering. Chloe, what are you thinking? I told you not to come to my family's gathering. What is wrong with you coming here acting as though nothing could go wrong? I'm sorry, but your mom was the one that invited me to be here, so there was no reason for me not to come today. Where are you even going right now? Did you go take our dog on a walk or something for us? Right now I'm at the bus station nearby. I was able to walk all the way here, and it was a perfect exercise. Your dog is a pretty decent size, and so he was able to keep up with me. You came to your husband's parents' house, and you chose to walk the dog? Well, I love dogs. At my parents' house, we have 3 very huge Great Danes. I don't care about that. And since everyone was just taking it easy after dinner, I thought it'd be nice to get out and take the dog on a walk for everyone. He's so cute, isn't he? And here we go again with you acting like nothing could go wrong. Do you think you'll get my family's love today by being all loving and close to the dog? This cannot go on. I cannot let you continue to try and steal this family's money. No, I'm just doing this because I love dogs and love going for walks. And it's been a long time since I've taken a dog on a walk with me. I told you you wouldn't fool me, didn't I? I know the kind of person you really are. I have to protect this house and my family from you at all costs. Protect them from what? You. I'm going to get rid of you. Today is the family gathering after all. And a stranger should be nowhere near me and my family on a day like this. But I had told you all about this before, right? I have married your brother and am a part of this family now. I am a literal part of this very family. You are nothing but a stranger. So I'm going to have to get you out of here forever. I already took all your things that you brought along and threw them outside. You did that with my things? When you get back from that walk, you take all your things and go home. Where did you put them all? There isn't a good spot to be putting all my things outside, right? I just threw all your things into the mud and grass. Just like that? It only just rained a little bit ago, so that mud is really nasty now, correct? And you just put all my things into that? Ah, now that you say it, there was a lot of water still pooled up on the surface of the yard. I'm so sorry that all your things are drenched and muddy now. Can you at least grab all my things and put them in a dry spot for me? That bag that I had all my things in was a present from my parents for the wedding and all. It's very, very important to me. Is that so? Why not just get divorced then? If you can leave my brother, then there will be no importance attached to that bag anymore, right? But if I just leave without telling anyone, everyone might begin to worry about why I went home all of a sudden. Nobody gives a crap about you being here or not. If anything, you being gone will make everyone here much more happy. Everyone's just being nice to you now, so that you don't get upset with them. Now hurry up and go home, you loser.
I see. I fully understand how you see and feel about me now. I'll head back home all by myself now.
Thank God you finally understood me.
I'm sorry for any troubles I may have caused you in the past. Now, you and your family enjoy the rest of your time here at their house.
Hey, where the hell did you go?
What do you mean by where? I did as you said and went back home.
Wait, come back here now. Hurry up and come back here now.
But you told me to go back to my house, right, Meg? So I have no urge to come back to you guys now.
Well, forget about what I said earlier. If you don't come back here, I'll be in trouble.
And what are you talking about that requires me to come back there?
My family told me that if I can't get you to come back here soon, they're going to have me kicked out of this house. I kicked you out for the safety of my family, yet now they are so upset with me for no reason.
But what if you didn't kick me out for all of them? I'm sure that your dad said something to you, right?
He said that me kicking you out of here could ruin his business. I don't get what he meant by that, but why would you have anything to do with his company when my dad is the most powerful man?
Did you not know anything about this?
What are you talking about?
You have known about the relation my father has with yours, right?
I know a little bit. They know one another because of work, right? And as of right now, they both work together, right? I heard that the two of them do huge business together, but...
Well then, did you know that it's because of my father that your father has been able to continue to do well with his company? He's your father's primary investor.
Primary investor?
So you haven't understood what's going on between them at all. You have always talked down about my family, but I had assumed you already knew of his position and everything and were still being rude to us.
Then what would happen if your dad happened to stop investing in my dad's company?
His company would fumble. And because that company is a huge part of your family, it would be a major loss to your dad and the whole family.
What?
My father and yours have been working hard to maintain the very important relationship that they have. And with me marrying your brother, the idea was that they would also have their relationship strengthened to continue doing great business together. But just to let you know, your brother and I getting married had nothing to do with our fathers. And even though it wasn't about them and their business, our father still saw the marriage as an important thing. It really improved the image of everyone when we did get married.
When you say image, my dad and his company's image has always been well respected, right?
And of course, my dad has always been a very well respected investor. And that's why he was willing to invest in your father's company. But if my father happened to learn about you kicking me out of your house and perhaps your family, I think things would go extremely downhill for all of you.
Huh?
I come from a family where I've been sandwiched between both my brothers who've both picked on me plenty. But to my father, he sees me as his world because of that, and has always done his best to protect me over them because he knows my brothers can take care of themselves. So, if he were to hear about what you did to me today, he would most likely explode and take your family down.
And if that were to happen, what would happen to my dad's company?
Don't tell me that your dad could make my dad's company go bankrupt. Well, even I don't know what would really happen at that point. But because his company is huge and my father is very famous as an investor, I'm sure that it wouldn't be good for your father's reputation if my dad were to pull out. You haven't told any of your family about this, right? Hurry up and come back here. I want you to come back so that I don't have to be kicked out. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm already gone. Wait, but you're not home yet, right? No, but soon. Thank goodness. That means you can turn around and get back here soon. No, I'm almost to my parents' house now. Why are you going there? Well, because something like this has happened to me. And you asked that I divorce my husband, right? I never said anything like that. But you told me that if I got a divorce, the ruined bag I received as a wedding gift from my parents wouldn't have meaning anymore, right? That's exactly what you said to me, right? That was a joke, Chloe. I never actually thought you'd take my joke that seriously. If I don't come back soon, you're going to get kicked out of that house, right? Well, I'm really considering getting a divorce now. Well, don't do that. I'm asking you to please not think about that anymore. Okay? I already planned to tell my husband that I won't be coming back to him anymore. And once I'm back at my parents' house, I'll let my dad know what happened. And then, what I told you will happen will very much happen to your dad's company. Why don't you just stop and think about this? Please. What should I do about my family? They are all going to your parents' house right now, right? I can see that you didn't come along. You ended up running away right before the rest of your family came. All your family showed up at my parents' place, and their faces were all ghostly white. And they all began to apologize to my family for what had happened. I had to run from them. They were all seething at their teeth when I told them you wouldn't come back. They told me that I'd never see the light of day ever again. What have you said to all of them? They are all talking about who will take responsibility for your actions, and who will face the consequences in the end. Everyone is pissed at me, right? They really are. A little bit ago, we were all talking to each other, but right now, your father and mine are in my father's office having their talks. Talking about your dad investing in my dad's company. Have they come to any conclusions yet? Both of our fathers are business owners. They don't want to make each other look bad for something that has nothing to really do with their companies. So, that means your dad will continue to invest in my dad's company? Thank God. After all, our fathers are very respectable and understand that they have to be responsible for one another's image as well. They made sure to talk about what could happen if my father pulled out of your dad's company. And that's where they drew a line. Drew a line? My father said that you'd be the one to take full responsibility for what consequences there are in the end. And he made it very clear to your father that as long as you're in the family, he cannot trust me with your father. That's what he said. And the line is crossed unless you are taken out of the family. He wants me to be the one responsible for everything? Well, what happened this time is all due to how you acted, correct? So there's nobody besides you that should be responsible for the situation, right? If your father was to take responsibility for you, then his company would go under. And then at that point, you'd go down with the rest of your family, right? What is going to happen to me? Are they really planning to kick me out of the family? I've never had to live on my own before, though. Well then, that's unfortunate for you, Meg. You don't give a crap about me, do you? I did at one point care about you, so you saying that hurts. But you happen to be the one to start all of this, so there's no hope for you anymore. Know this. Kicking you out of the family isn't the end of things for you. What do you mean? For as long as you've been in that house, you have been living off of your parents' money, right? And because of that, you haven't had to work a day in your life, yet you get to have everything you desire. Well, I'm sorry to say this, but that money is no longer going to be coming to you. I have to make my own money now? That can't be. Why would they do something so heartless to me? Meg, being an adult means that you have to make the money you need to live a life on your own. And in that case, you're well past the age of 18. Well, I am not like all you other adults. I should be allowed to get money from them forever. And right now, your parents are aware that they failed you by being so kind and spoiling you. And to everyone around you, they all know that you have been spoiled far too much. maybe you should think of this as the perfect time to experience what life's like outside the comfort of your parents' home. But you're in the same boat as me, right? Your dad has a company of his own and has been making a lot of money to support you all. So shouldn't you have been just as spoiled as I am? You can't tell me that I need to become an adult when you rely on your parents to live as well. You think I'm the same as you? I have no idea what you mean by that, Meg. Can you explain to me in a bit more detail about what you're saying? I'm saying that because your family has a lot of money like mine. You have been spoiled as well, right? But even if that were to be the case, I've proved to everyone already that I have the ability to provide for myself without their money. I'm working a job and I make sure to support myself without any worries. And even if I lost my current job, I have been investing in stocks, so I can rely on that income for a little while. In the day I turned into an adult, I don't have any memory of getting money from my parents. But your dad spoils you still, right? Of course it's because of both of my parents that I was able to have a safe start in life and made it this far. But I have never had the thought in my mind that I'd ever use any of their money to live my life. To make sure that I'd be able to support myself, I put all my effort into studying and finding a good career. In your case, have you put any effort into something that you use to support yourself? Are you trying to say that you and I aren't the same? Well, I don't mean to be outright with it, but I am a far better adult than you. I knew all along that you're the worst. You have no heart and act like a witch. I don't think you and I will be meeting anymore after this. So like two complete strangers, all I can say is I wish you luck on your own. After that, Meg took any money she had left with her and was kicked out of the house. She was also told by everyone that she was no longer allowed to talk to any of them and that they were disowning her for good. Of course, she was not able to handle that news well, but her father happened to have security around his property at all times, and they were there to assist in walking her off of the property. Now, if she's not able to find a job while living off whatever money she has left, she is not going to be able to make it in this world. People always say that in one's most desperate time, they will show everyone who they really are as a person. And so I feel this is all on her and her character now to show those around her whether she really has the strength to come back from the dead or be lost forever. As for the line that was drawn by my father, Meg's family and mine are going to move on from this like nothing ever happened and without a single mention of Meg ever again. My in-laws do not seem to be hurt by the loss of their daughter, and my father and father-in-law are still in a strong relationship. I don't think my father was ever going to actually pull out from investing in my in-laws. I think he was just trying to make sure that Meg was never around our families ever again, and I'm happy for that. After a week of taking time to recover with my husband, him and I went back to his parents again to have another gathering, and I must say it's a lot nicer to be there when Meg isn't constantly trying to get rid of me. But of course, I won't tell anyone that I'm happy she's gone forever.
Hey Tony, I just wanted to let you know that I'm just finishing up my appointment with the doctors now. They said there's nothing wrong with the baby, and that things are going smoothly.
Okay, and so what?
So what? What do you mean? That's it. It's just that our baby is growing up and nothing seems to be the matter. I just thought that you might be curious about what the doctor had to say about it, is all.
I don't need you to contact with every single little update, you know. Especially if nothing has actually changed. Don't you know that I'm working right now? You should know better than to interrupt me.
But I would have thought that you're in the middle of your lunch break, no? Don't forget that I used to work for that same company up until a few months ago. I know the schedule. The whole reason I messaged you right now is because I knew you would be on your lunch break.
Yes, I am free. But just because I am, doesn't mean you should come and bother me with stuff like this. Don't you know how much of a pain it is having to reply to every little thing you send me? I'm supposed to be on break, but how can I relax if you never leave me alone?
Tony, what has gotten into you? All I'm doing is telling you about how our child is developing. There's no need to act this way. I just thought that you might care about what's going on with our kid. I'm its mother and I certainly care. What about you? Do you really have no interest in any of what I'm telling you?
To be honest, I really don't. In fact, the only reason we're having this kid is because my parents wouldn't shut up about how badly they wanted a grandchild. So if you think that I'm going to be doing any of the child rearing, you can think again. You are going to be doing everything for that little brat, and I'm not going to lift a finger to help you.
Tony, you do realize that this child will be our child, right? Don't you think you're being just a little irresponsible talking like that about your own kid?
And just what is so irresponsible about that? I know that you'll be able to take care of the little brat, so I feel fine just leaving it all in your hands.
Tony, I'm going to need more than just money to raise this kid. I'm going to need you there with me.
Well, you know that I work. I won't have the time or energy to spend on a kid after I get home. You're a housewife now, so you can take care of it.
Can you please just quit it with all this housewife talk? I'm sick and tired of you condescending to me over it. After all, you were the one who asked that I quit my job in the first place, remember?
I only asked you to quit because I know that we needed someone to take care of the kids and do all the cleaning around the house.
And you really have no problem with me being the one that does all of that? I don't want to be housewife, you know. I want to go out and work. Even just a part-time job or something to get me out of the house and talking to people, anything.
No, no, no! You need to be staying at home so that you can focus on cleaning and taking care of the kid when it comes.
But why can't I work too? It's the norm for both parents to work these days, and I want to as well. Why are you so opposed to me finding some work for myself?
Because we get along just fine on my salary alone. If you started working, all that would mean is we have to pay more in taxes.
Well, I guess that's not true. But does the fact that I want to work really mean nothing to you at all?
You were the one that wanted a kid in the first place, right? Well, I gave you what you want. So I don't get what you're complaining about now. If you wanted to work, then you should have thought about that before you asked to have a kid.
And you really don't want anything to do with raising the child with me at all? If you really didn't want to have a kid so badly, then I wish that you would have said something before getting me pregnant. Because hearing you talk about this child the way you have been has not been giving me confidence for a future.
Hey, it's already noon. Why aren't you home yet? Don't tell me that you're still out shopping right now. How long are you going to keep me waiting, huh?
Tony, I'm really sorry. I can't move right now. I'm just taking a little break. But I think I'm having cramps.
What? Right now? Like literally right this second?
I don't know. It's coming and going in waves. I think this might be it. I'm gonna try and go to the hospital. I think our baby is on its way.
Well, that's great and all, but did you finish the shopping at least?
You mean, did I buy the bag of potato chips that you wanted? Yes, I have them with me here.
Perfect. You should have started with that. Okay then. Go ahead and drop those off here for me, and then when you can, go to the doctor's office or whatever.
You want me to go to the hospital all by myself in this state?
Yeah, I'm working at home today, so I can't just run out and play hooky with you.
Tony, you have to come with me. This is our child we're talking about. Besides, I need you to drive me to the hospital.
Did you not read my last message? I literally just told you that I'm working and don't have time to goof off with you.
Please, don't you think this is just a little more important than getting your work done?
I don't know. I mean, it's raining pretty hard outside, and I'd hate to have to drive in this weather.
Are you kidding me right now? You're the one that sent me out to the grocery store in the first place, despite the fact that I'm 9 months pregnant. You were the one who wouldn't stop complaining until I finally agreed to buy you your stupid potato chips.
Okay, I don't really remember using any kind of language like that with you, so why don't you show me that much respect at least? I only asked you to go to the store for me because you're always complaining about not getting out of the house enough.
Do you know that I can't even see my ankles if I look down at my feet? Are you really going to ask a woman who might be in labor to walk to the hospital in the rain? What if I slip?
You women are all the same. You get one little baby growing inside of you, and then you think it gives you the right to boss around the man of the house.
Tony, what are you even talking about? I have put up with a lot of crap from you, but I think I finally hit my limit.
Is that supposed to scare me or something?
I just wish that you seemed to care more about becoming a father. Your wife is literally going to give birth soon, and you can't even be bothered driving her to the hospital? If you're like this now, then how are you going to be for the rest of her child's life?
I already told you the whole reason I even agreed to having a kid in the first place was because you and my parents wouldn't shut up about it.
You need to stop blaming the people around you for your problems. At the end of the day, you went along and got me pregnant. Knowing what that meant, we both need to take responsibility as this child's parents. Do you understand? Not your parents, not me alone, us.
Could you just leave me alone already? You were the one that wanted a kid, so you can deal with it.
I really can't believe this. It's like talking to a literal child. It's clear to me you're not ready to even be married, let alone a father.
And what is that supposed to mean? Just whose kid is this anyways, huh?
You know that it's your kid. That's why I'm telling you that you need to step up and care a bit more about what's happening right now. You need to take responsibility for this life that we're about to bring into the world.
Don't be such a drama queen, Danielle. You keep trying to speak as if I'm not doing any of this for the family, when I'm the only one of us out here working.
And that's all well and good, but doesn't excuse you from your other duties as a father. Maybe I'll just have to have a little chat with your mom about how you've been acting towards me over this. I'm sure she would love to know just how excited you are to take care of her grandchild, right?
You better not go and tell them anything about what I've said. I know that you'll just twist what I say around and confuse them.
Oh, really? I was just going to tell them what you told me. That the rain made you not feel like driving me to the hospital while I was labor in the supermarket. I don't think there's much to misinterpret there, don't you?
Okay, fine. I'll take you to the stupid hospital so you can do this stupid thing. Just quit bugging me about it, alright?
I really can't believe you. You really are just the worst. Do you know that, Tony? How could you just leave your pregnant wife on the side of the road? It's a crime what you've done to me.
What other choice did I have? I got a call from my office saying they needed me to come in. I had to kick you out and turn around and get to work.
I don't see why you couldn't have just dropped me off at the hospital first. Why would you think it's a good idea to just kick me out in the middle of the road while it's pouring with rain? I had to walk the rest of the way and got completely soaked.
But you had the kid and everything is fine, right? I knew you were being overdramatic about how hard being pregnant was. You clearly had enough strength and energy to get yourself to the hospital all by yourself. There was no need to start that fight with me like you did in the first place.
Do you have any idea of the state I was in by the time I reached the hospital? But thankfully, there was someone nice enough to pick up towards the very end and deliver me there on the last mile or so. And after a few hours of being labor, I did finally give birth, thank you very much. You're just lucky that I didn't end up having our baby on the side of the road like some kind of animal.
You could have just called an ambulance to pick you up, you know. Or did you really forget that those existed? Maybe all that blood that should have been in your brain is going to the baby instead.
My phone didn't have any battery left. Besides, the road was so wet and slippery, and I was shivering so much. I really could have fallen and really hurt the baby.
You are always making such a big deal out of nothing. Do you enjoy living your life like that?
It's not me saying that. It's the doctor. All I was trying to do was protect that baby from any harm.
You really are so annoying. Anyways, I already explained to you that I did what I did because of work, so it's just that simple. Or do you want me to lose my job? Is that how you want to live? With no money at all?
Hello. I'm very sorry to be interrupting this conversation between you and your wife, but I'm the person who found Danielle on the side of the road and took her to the hospital. I just happened to be passing by and saw her walking when I offered her a ride.
I see. Well, thank you very much for doing that for my wife. But I don't quite understand what it is you think you're doing cutting into this private conversation. If you want some kind of reward for what you did, we can talk about that later.
No, that's not what I'd like to talk about. I'm just curious if you realize exactly what it is that you've done. For instance, did you know that by the time I picked up your wife that her water had broke?
Okay, and? I already knew she was going to give birth soon. That was always going to happen. Are you mad because it happened in your car or something? I could pay to have it cleaned if that's the issue. Just give my wife the bill and I'll deal with it when she comes home.
That's also not what I'm asking you about. What I want to know is if it's really true that the reason you kicked your wife out of the case was because you were called into work.
Yeah, that's what happened. Why do you care about any of that? I don't see how any of it is your business, really. I'm sorry, who are you again? Can you please give my phone back to my wife and go away?
I can do that in just a little bit. But first, I just wanted to give you one last chance to admit it. There was no call for you to return to the office, was there? But now there is. You should go to your office building and ask to speak with the company president. I think he'll be expecting you.
You want me to go and talk to the president of my company? I don't get it. What is this all about? Just tell me who you are.
Oh, right. I suppose I haven't said my name yet. I'm Penelope Freeman. Does that ring a bell?
Wait, Freeman? That's the same name as my company's president.
That's right. I'm assuming you're starting to put together a little better now, yes? I'm the president of the company where you work, and I know your wife quite well. I even sent you a letter congratulating you two when you get married.
Are you really Penelope Freeman?
Why would I be lying to you about something like this? The only person who's been telling lies this whole time is you, isn't it?
Wait a second, this is ridiculous. Why is the president of my company taking my wife to the hospital?
You really are a slow one, aren't you?
Right. Well, I'm truly terribly sorry about this, and I sincerely hope that my wife didn't make too much of a mess in your car. I promise to repay any damages she might have caused after you picked her up.
That is the least of my worries right now. What I am really just shocked at is the fact that my company hired someone like you to begin with. In fact, I called your manager and asked just who it was that called you into the office, and she told me that you were scheduled to work from home all day. Care to explain yourself?
Right, well, I lied. There was no one that called me into the office.
I see. So then why did you tell your wife that and then kicked her out? Was it supposed to be some kind of way of getting back at her for asking you to do more?
I guess I just wanted to let her know how frustrated I was getting with her. But it was the wrong thing to do and I shouldn't have done it.
Except that this isn't some little schoolyard incident where you can just write it off like that. You could have really hurt your wife and child. You realize that, don't you?
Was my wife really even in that much danger walking down the side of the road?
She was. Didn't she tell you that the doctor already told her that she was?
Well, I'm truly sorry about that. I really had no idea that was the case. I thought that she would have just thought to get an Uber or something like that. Or I thought that someone might come along and pick her up, and at least I was right about that.
You saw how hard it was raining outside. There was practically no visibility. Other cars on the road might not have been able to see Danielle until it was too late. It was just lucky that I happened to see her when I did and was able to stop in time. By the time I picked her up, however, she had already been on the road an hour.
She was still on the road after an hour? I really had no idea about any of that. I thought that she would just have been walking for a little bit. I never meant to make her walk so far on her own like that.
It doesn't matter how long she was on the road by herself. Even 1 second was too much, you horrible man. You should consider yourself lucky that both your wife and child are okay. Anyways, I'm about to head back to the office, and I think it would be best if you did too. See you there.
Miss Freeman, are you there? I really just wanted to say how terribly sorry I am for the other day.
And just what are you referring to exactly?
I'm sorry for the trouble that I might have caused you yesterday. I acted out of order, and I shouldn't have done that at all.
I'm just curious if you realize just how much all of this is your fault. I take it that by now you're already aware that your wife has banned you from visiting her at the hospital, yes?
I did know about that, but how did you hear about that?
Well, I was with your wife in the hospital after I dropped her off.
and she told me that she was going to ask the doctors not to let you in.
Oh, I see. Well, please allow me to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to help my wife get to the hospital. I've done a lot of thinking since last night and swear to never put her through something like that again.
I don't really think you need to worry about that happening. From what I understand, your wife is going to divorce you.
Wait, what? But my wife just had our kid. She can't just leave me. Besides, she doesn't even have a job.
You don't need to worry about that either. When we were talking yesterday, I offered her a position at our company. After all, she was a wonderful employee, and there's no reason why we shouldn't want her back.
But there's no way that she's going to be able to take care of that baby all by herself.
Well, she'll be able to, since I'm paying her enough to cover any expenses she might have. In fact, I was thinking that your position would be much better suited if your wife was working in it, don't you think?
You want to give Danielle my job? But then what am I supposed to do?
We'll transfer you to one of our branch offices, of course.
But why? I don't want to have to move my life into the middle of nowhere.
I've already heard all about you from your colleagues. They tell me that you're difficult to work with and that you're always dumping all of your own work on your subordinates. You're single-handedly bringing down the morale and productivity of your entire department.
I promise I'm not doing that at all. Everyone else is just lying to you about me.
I seriously doubt that. I talked to everyone one-on-one and all the stories they had about you matched up. And I have no other option but come to the conclusion that you are not good for business. So that's why it's best to send you far away from HQ.
But I worked so hard to get where I am today. That isn't fair. You can't just cast me out like this.
That is true, but your wife seems like an even better, harder working employee who will make up for your absence and then some. And if I can make a personal comment, I just simply don't like you and don't think you should be around Danielle when she comes back.
Wait, Mrs. Freeman, please. You have to rethink this.
Hello, Tony. It's Danny. Penelope has already gone home. I guess it sounds like I'm getting your job.
How could you do this to me? You've taken everything that I've worked so hard to achieve.
Well, it sounds to me like the company president has decided that you're not fit for the position anymore.
Well, that's just because you've ruined my reputation in her eyes. You're a horrible, evil woman, and you're trying to steal everything that I have.
This really is all just because you can't learn to get over yourself. You're not the main character of life, Tony. You need to learn to make compromises.
Well, what kind of compromise are you making where you're just trying to steal my job?
I didn't steal your job. I was given it by your boss. Don't forget that. And I was given it because you proved yourself incapable to handle the job professionally.
You won't be able to handle what I do, though. You think you can work and raise a child? That's never been heard of before. It's impossible.
Do you live under a rock or something? What decade do you think it is? That's even remotely close to being a true statement. You do know that Penelope is also a single mother, don't you?
Wait, what? She is? Well, then she probably just got her job because she had everything handed to her on a silver platter. Everyone gives single moms whatever they want. They have it so easy. You have no idea what it's like to be a man.
If you really think all of that is true, then I really just don't feel anything but pity for you. You should consider yourself lucky that nothing happened to me or the baby, or else you would get something much worse than a transfer to another branch. Now have a nice life, Tony! After that, it didn't take long for the divorce process to be finalized between Tony and I. Then, he was served with his now job posting out on the countryside in one of our smallest branches. With Tony gone, however, everyone at HQ's mood improved drastically, as did productivity. Few months later, my term of maternal leave has ended, and I returned to work at the company I quit working for to have my child in the first place. And yes, it is very difficult raising a child while working full-time. But I do get all the support one could ask from their job. And between bonding with Penelope and having her by my side at work, and looking forward every day to seeing the beautiful face of my little boy, I can honestly say that I've never been happier. Hey Lyle, I got those fresh cherries that your mom sent us. These are huge, And there's so many of them. I think she really outdid herself this time. I don't even know how we're going to go through eating all of these before they go bad. We'll definitely have to bake something.
Oh yeah, she's always doing stuff like that for people. She likes sending baskets of whatever fruits are in season as a gift. Although, now that you mention it, I've never heard of her sending anyone cherries, so that's new.
I guess she probably just got them special for me. Do you think?
I really wouldn't put it past my mom to do something like that.
She must remember that one time I told her that my favorite fruit was cherries. But that was a while ago. Your mom must have a really good memory to recall something tiny like that.
Well, then I guess that must be it, huh? She probably just remembered what you said and that's why she sent the cherries. Yeah, that woman is like an elephant and hardly ever forgets things.
Well, I think it's so sweet that she's done this for us. I mean, fruits, especially nice ones like these, can be quite expensive now.
I don't think you need to worry about that. My mom doesn't really have to worry about money, thankfully.
That's right. Sometimes I forget that your mom was an heiress, and that your family comes from some really old money.
Yeah, it certainly has been a huge help throughout our lives. And since Mom was an only child, that meant she got all the money for the family fortune. And then after she divorced my father, she still had so much money that I never really felt like we were wanting for anything while growing up.
Wow. Well, it must have been amazing growing up like that, not having to worry about anything. And your mom has still kept her sense of taste and style this whole time. It even shines through with these cherries. I have to say, compared to the way I was raised, this is like going to a whole new world.
Well, I'm happy that I can be giving you these new experiences at the least.
Actually, Lyle, if I can be honest with you, I was really, really nervous before you and I got married.
You were nervous? About what? What were you worried about?
I guess I was just worried that your mom would, I don't know, look down on me for not being from a similar background as you all. I was really scared that she was going to reject me and say that we couldn't be allowed to be together. But she's actually been such a sweet and caring woman, and I was completely wrong.
Yeah, my mom isn't really all that uptight about any of that stuff. I don't think I've ever really seen her look down at someone just for not having money. She doesn't have that kind of pride that other rich families might have. She may have money, but she's one of the people for sure. She's always willing to give whenever she can.
You thought she would be the one to judge me, but I guess I was the one who judged her. I really feel kind of bad for the view I had of her before I met her and got to know her. I was so wrong.
I think that my mom really only cares that you're polite and respectful. But otherwise, she will give a lot of leeway and never try and boss you around or demand things of you. Speaking of, you might want to send her a thank you message for the cherries. I'm sure she would like that.
I actually just did. I told her how delicious they looked and that we would give her some kind of pastry I'll make with them. Also, she told me something about you just now.
Oh, really? And what might that have been?
She actually was asking quite a bit about you, actually. She wanted to know what time you come home most days, and if you spend your weekends with me, and just how things are around the house in general.
Well, that's kind of odd. I wonder why she would be asking you about all that sort of stuff.
I really have no clue. Maybe she's worried about you overworking yourself?
Well, if that's the case, then she doesn't have anything to worry about at all. I'm an adult who can take care of myself, thank you very much.
I know that. But you just got married, and your mom is just thinking about you a lot right now. It's natural for moms to worry about their children at any age, don't you think? You're always going to be your little boy no matter how old you get.
You might be onto something there. Maybe she's just feeling lonely now that she's realizing all of her kids are all grown up now.
Well, I feel like we both kind of benefit from your mom being so concerned about our adult family. She's always buying the sweetest gifts. Maybe it's her way of trying to stay in your life?
Well, as long as she holds on to all of her money, that's the important thing. One day she won't be here anymore, and then it'll all be mine.
I know that, but don't you think we should try and show your mom how grateful we are for all that she's done? Maybe we can think of something really sweet to do for her.
Hey, Shelly, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that apparently one of my coworkers got a bunch of peppers from his neighbor, but he doesn't really want them. Do you think we could take a couple off his hands?
Oh, sure. I bet we could find something to put them in. Why not?
Got it. I'll take them home with me then.
Sounds good. Thanks for letting me know, Lyle. I appreciate it. Tell your coworker thank you for me.
Is that really all you have to say to that? I thought that you would be like over the moon happy to get something like this.
Well, I am happy to get them. Sorry, I guess I'm just a little bit off because your mom is sending me some weird messages.
Oh, really? What kind of things was she saying to you?
I don't really want to get into it in detail over text, but I don't think she likes that I'm married to you. Or at least, she said things that made me think that way.
What are you talking about? Of course my mom likes you and she's so happy that we're married. I've never heard my mom say anything negative about you even once.
You really haven't? Huh. Maybe that means I did something to make her upset then.
Well, do you have an idea what you might have done to make her talk to you like this?
I really can't think of anything at all. She just started messaging me these things, and I didn't know why.
Well, I still don't know what it is she was telling you. But do you think there's a chance you're just misinterpreting what she was trying to get across to you?
I really don't think it's that either. Her messages were pretty blunt and to the point, and I don't think there's a chance that I misread them.
But she didn't give a reason for why she was saying any of these kind of things to you at all?
Well, I didn't really have a chance to act. Before I could ask her anything, she said that she had errands to take care of and that she had to go. So I still have no idea why any of this was really about.
Well, maybe you did do something to upset my mom then. I have to say, though, I don't think I've ever really seen anyone who could do that until now.
Well, what do you think I should do? Maybe you can go and talk to her for me? I would love it if you could find what it is that I did wrong.
I could try to do that, but it would have to be while I'm not at work, since I would want to give this my full attention.
That's a good point. What about the next day that you have off? Would that work?
I'm afraid that the next weekend I'm going to be doing things for the Homeowners Association all day and won't have time until then.
Is that really going to take up your entire weekend?
Well, it's a general meeting and we already have a huge docket of topics that we have to cover. Not to mention the fact that I already have made plans for the evening after the meeting is done. So I won't have time once it's done. I'm sorry, Shelley, but you might just have to handle this on your own for the time being.
Right. I guess it really seems that way, doesn't it?
I have no idea what it is that my mom could be upset about. But I think the sooner you apologize, the better. She's not the kind of person to hold a grudge, so I bet if you just came to her wanting to make peace, then she might be wanting to talk things out with you.
Maybe you're right. I don't know.
I mean, even if you think of what you might have done wrong, it's probably better to just apologize for the sake of keeping the peace. We wouldn't want her to stop sending us all those nice gifts now, would we?
Okay, you're right. I'll go and talk to her and do my best to make things right between us. Hey, Tina. I was wondering if I could talk to you for a moment. If you had the time to, that is.
Oh, Shelley, please allow me to apologize for the other day. I thought about reaching out to you once I had finished my errands, but my day quickly turned very busy, and before I knew it, I completely forgotten to reach out to you.
That's really okay. But if it's alright, I would like to talk about the things you were telling me the other day. Especially about leaving Lyle. You weren't really serious about that, were you? If you know something that I don't, I would really like to hear it.
You're right. We didn't get to finish our talk the other day, and I'm terribly sorry if I left you with more questions than answers before I had to go. But I want you to know that you've done nothing wrong at all, Shelley. So if that was one of your worries, I want to nip that in the bud right now.
Well, that's a bit of relief, but I still don't understand why you want me to divorce your son. Is it that you don't like me? I know you said I didn't do anything wrong, but nothing else makes sense.
I'm so sorry if I've given you the wrong impression, dear. I really do think you're a wonderful person, and I have no ill will towards you at all. I think that you're truly a very kind person and probably a much better wife than my son ever deserves to have. I was trying to tell you that yesterday, but I was so nervous and my words came out jumbled, and I guess I ended up confusing you more than anything.
So then, something did happen that you wanted to talk to me about?
That's right. But I want to be clear that when I told you that you should divorce Lyle, that it was for no reason than your own benefit. I've come to learn that Lyle is having an affair behind your back, and that's why I suggested that you leave him. I'm sorry that I couldn't just come out and say that the last time we talked.
Wait, Lyle is cheating on me? Please tell me that this is some kind of joke or something.
I really wish that it were, trust me. I don't know what that idiot son of mine is thinking. I know it's not remotely enough right now, but I want you to know that I'm deeply sorry for his actions.
But how do you know about this affair? Could you please tell me how you found out? And what you know?
Of course. Let me start the story from the very beginning of it all.
That would be great. Thank you.
You remember the time that I went to go visit you and Lyle at your apartment, don't you?
Yes, that was sometime last month, wasn't it?
That's right. Well, after I had said goodbye, I got into the elevator to leave, and I accidentally got off on the wrong floor.
Yes, I remember you saying goodbye and heading for the elevators that day.
And you were the only one at home when I came to visit, remember?
I remember. Lyle had to work that day, and so he was out of the house.
Well, that's what I thought too, until I got off the elevator on the wrong floor, and happened to see Lyle still in the building.
Wait, do you remember what floor it was that you got off on?
It was the 6th floor, which is quite a ways lower than the floor your apartment is on. Do you have any idea if Lyle happens to know anyone who lives on that floor of your building?
I don't know of anyone off the top of my head. In fact, I don't really think we know many of the people who live in this building, since we tend to keep to ourselves.
I see. But I see Lyle with some other woman on the 6th floor. And I believe they went into room 612.
He went into a room with some woman?
That's right. And I know what I saw. I saw my son carrying an affair with this woman, without a doubt in my mind.
And you don't think there's a chance at all that you might be mixing these people up with someone else?
I know my son when I see him. You can count on that. And I really hope that you can forgive me for this. But after that, I hired a private investigator to look into my son.
Wow. You were so sure of what was happening that you thought to do something like that?
I couldn't believe that I were doing it either, but now I'm very glad that I did. The person I hired managed to uncover a heap of evidence that Lyle is cheating on you.
So then it is true. Everything that you've been warning me about is really happening.
Shelley, I am so sorry that you have to find out this way. But I want you to know that you can have the evidence I have in your divorce proceedings, and that'll help you a lot. I strongly recommend that you leave my son and sue him for his affair. Him and this other woman he's with.
Do you happen to know anything more about who this woman might be? Has your PI done any digging on her?
Well, I know that she lives in room 612 and that she seems to be married. And apparently, she's also part of the HOA with Lyle.
I can't believe that he's cheating on me with someone else in our building. It's literally right under my nose. How could he do this to me? Did he really think he could do this so close to home and never get found out? Does he think I'm an idiot or something?
I know how you must be feeling right now, but we can agree on one thing. Lyle is an idiot for doing this.
But are you sure that you want me to go through with what you said? You really want me to see your son?
I don't care one bit what you do to him. He needs to pay for what he's done to you. I also know what it's like to be cheated on by your husband. My ex-husband did the exact same thing to me.
And that's why you two got a divorce? Because he was cheating on you?
That's right. Although I never told Lyle because I was afraid that the shock of hearing the truth would be too much for me.
But in the end, Lyle ended up doing exactly what his father did to you, but to me. I suppose the apple really doesn't fall far from the tree.
It would appear that way, wouldn't it? Although I can't help but blame myself for this as well. Maybe if I talked to him about his father when I had the chance, things might not have turned out this way.
Well, Now I know the real reason why you want me to divorce Lyle. Just makes me feel for you.
Don't you go pitying me just yet. I also had a hand in this, and I'm just trying to make things right.
Hey, where are you? How long are you going to keep me waiting for dinner?
I'm afraid that Tina's with us, and she won't be making you any dinner tonight.
Wait, what? Is this... Mom?
That's right. I take it that you're finally back from work.
That's right. So I take it that Shelley went over to your house to talk to you in person, right? Did you two make up?
Did we make up? What do you mean? Were the two of us fighting?
Well, Shelley was telling me that you said some things that upset her, and she was worried you were mad at her. Mom, you really should know better than to try and bully my wife like that.
What are you talking about? The only person who isn't treating Shelley right around here is you, Lyle.
Just how am I mistreating my wife, huh?
Well, you're having an affair with a married woman who lives on the 6th floor of your apartment building, for one. That's a pretty big deal, don't you think?
Wait, what? An affair? Mom, what are you even talking about right now?
Don't pretend like you don't know what I'm talking about, Lyle. I've heard someone to look into you, and they have plenty of evidence to prove what I'm saying.
You hired someone to spy on me? I can't believe that you would do this to me!
Well, I only did it because I happened to catch you and this other woman as you were about to go into her apartment. I just wanted a little more information to make sure I understand what was happening.
Well, you didn't need some stalker to follow me around. I'm your son. You can't just do that.
Don't you try and lecture me about what I can and can't do when you're the one who was cheating on Shelley. Do you even realize what a stupid mistake you've made? Shelley is a good woman and great wife, and you've ruined what should have been a nice marriage.
Just tell me, where is all this evidence you have on me?
I've already shown all of it to Shelley, so don't bother.
You're what? What's the matter with you? Why would you do that?
Well, how else was she supposed to sue you for your affair if she didn't have any evidence of it?
Sue me? Are you kidding me? Are you trying to ruin my life or something? What are you telling Shelley to sue me for?
Well, the whole reason I really hired someone to follow you was so that Shelley would have something to use. I wasn't just going to sit back and let you betray a good woman like her.
But I'm your son. You're supposed to be on my side, Mom. Why would you do something like this just for Shelley?
You think being a mother means standing by your children even when they're acting horribly. No, I'm afraid that I have to be more strict with you now. I'm going to make it so that you have no inheritance to claim from me, and you can say goodbye to the money that I was sending you every month.
Wait, are you kidding me? You're going to cut me off just because of this?
Just because? No, precisely because. You are the one who is in the wrong here. You did the same exact thing that drove me to leave your father.
You mean that Dad also?
That's right. When I found out that your father was cheating on me, I kicked him to the curb. But I didn't want to hurt you, so I shielded you from the truth.
And Dad just never ever came back to talk to me?
That's right. Your father was a no-good rotten man, and you've gone and followed in his footsteps. But don't cry to me about it. You still need to apologize to Shelley.
Hello, Lyle. This is Shelley.
Shelley, I am so sorry. I know I've only given you excuses until now, but I want you to know that I never, ever meant to hurt you.
I just can't believe that you would cheat with someone in our same building. Here I thought you were just really passionate about the HOA. But really you were just looking for an excuse to spend more time with the other lady, weren't you?
No, you don't understand. She was the one that approached me. She only wanted to be with me because we live so high up in the building.
Is that really the best that you could come up with?
Well, since we pay more for our room, I guess she just thought that the people living here might be rich too. She only got with me because she thought that I was rich.
And that's why you started cheating on me? That's how you're going to explain all this? First of all, you do realize that neither of us actually pay for our apartment, right? It's all thanks to your mom that we've been living there. You don't even make that much money.
I know, but the other woman didn't know.
So basically, you also lied to the woman who you're having an affair with. Is cheating not enough lying for you? Or do you just get off on lying to women?
Please, you have to understand, it was just a little fling, I swear. I was never going to leave you for this woman, and I just told little white lies to smooth everything over.
If you believe that any of those things make what you did okay, you're dead wrong.
Shelly, I don't care about that other woman at all. You're the only one for me, and you know this.
Do you think that's supposed to make me happy, Lyle? I don't care about who this woman is. The one that I'm most upset with is you. You lied to my face so casually over and over again, all while carrying this out behind my back. Well, you better believe that I'm going to make use of this evidence.
Oh, please, don't do this. I don't want to lose you. I don't want to get divorced.
Well, I do. And nothing you say is going to change my mind. You have just been fooling around. But it's high time you learn the cost of what you've done. After that, I went to my parents' house to live with them for a while. Tina told Lyle that he was no longer allowed to live in the apartment that she had been renting for us, and promptly canceled the lease. As for that woman that Lyle was cheating on me with, her husband found out about the affair at the same time that he found out I was suing his wife for her part in it. The couple got in a huge fight, and ended up filing for divorce themselves. This woman had gone in with Lyle because she thought that he was rich. And it was only now that the two of them desperately needed money that she found out he was lying to her this whole time. Tina reached out to me to apologize many times after everything was all done and settled. But I always told her that I was more grateful than anything for what she had done for me.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Alyssa, I am so sorry about this, honey. We'll have to go see the movie another day. Me and your father have to go to a funeral on short notice. Huh? Did someone die? Yes, mine and your father's old boss at the company we met at. I don't think we'll be gone for too long, but we won't make the movie, unfortunately, darling. We should be back by tonight, okay? Okay. Don't worry, Mom. We can see the movie some other time. Leave the house to me. See you later. Mom, please help me. What do I do? Where are you? We're still at the funeral. What's wrong, honey? Shall I call you? No, please, don't call no matter what. Huh? Why not? There's someone in the house. Please help me, Mom. I'm so scared. What? I've been in my bedroom the whole time. I heard the sound of someone opening the door and coming in. I just assumed it was you and Dad getting home, so I went downstairs to see you. But when I did, there was some stranger in the living room. I've never seen them before. Oh my God, are you serious? Where are you right now? I'm hiding in the closet upstairs. I froze and slowly went back upstairs as soon as I saw them, so I don't think they know I'm here. I'm so scared. Please, Mom, I don't know what to do. Listen, Alyssa, I understand you're scared, but I need you to think very carefully for me now. Are you 100% sure you don't recognize this person? It wasn't your grandmother or any of our other relatives, was it? No! It's some strange woman I've never seen before. She's much younger than Grandma. I see. Absolutely do not move from where you are under any circumstances. Do you understand me, Alyssa? You're being a very brave girl, and I am so proud of you. We're coming home immediately. I'm calling the police too. Please try to stay calm, honey. This will all be over soon. Oh my God, it sounds like they're in the next room. I can hear shuffling and banging from what sounds like stuff falling over. We're in the car. We're on our way home right now. Sit tight, Alyssa. Phoebe, where are you right now?
Hey sis, it's been a while. I almost didn't realize who you were for a sec there.
I'm at home like usual. Why? Oh yeah, that reminds me. Will you tell your husband I'm really sorry I couldn't make it today? I was having the worst lady pains, so I just chilled on the sofa in my PJs with a hot chocolate.
Get over here at once and give back the things you stole.
WTF? The things I stole? Have you lost your mind?
You crept into our house while me and my husband were out at a funeral, turned the place upside down, and stole a bunch of our stuff, didn't you?
What are you talking about? Did you stop taking some medication or something? I take it someone burgled you? This is why humans invented locks, you dummy. You should be more careful from now on. It's a well-known fact that thieves tend to burgle the same place several times after all.
The doors were locked just like they always are. Whoever it was let themselves in with a key. I called Mom. She told me you showed your face at her house briefly this morning, then went home immediately. She said the spare key to our place she had hanging up by the front door was missing.
No way, she probably just imagined it. What kind of fantasy world are you living in? If you've really been burgled, you need to get real and start thinking straight. This isn't some detective novel.
$2,000 in cash money, all of our brand clothing, and all the gift cards we used to shop for Christmases and birthdays. Everything gone. Even Alyssa's piggy bank got stolen. How could you do that to a little girl?
Geez, sis, would you cut it out already? Like I already told you, it wasn't me. Where's the proof? Wait, you wouldn't seriously throw such stupid accusations at me without any proof, would you? What's that?
Alyssa was home when it happened.
So what?
She was quick thinking enough to get a photo of the intruder after they darted for the back door and hightailed it down the street when they got spooked by the police sirens. She just sent me it. Nothing you could possibly say could convince me this isn't you.
You can't even see their face from the movement blur. Are you being serious right now? Like, what the hell? Is that all you're basing these horrible accusations on? Oh my God, Brooke.
You still have the nerve to play dumb after blatantly being caught red-handed? You barely hung around for 5 minutes at Mom's place this morning before pulling a mysterious vanishing act. Why? Besides, I confirmed it with Alyssa. I showed her a picture of you from mine and my husband's wedding. She recognized you the moment she saw it. You might not have realized while you were so preoccupied with rooting through our stuff, but let me make this clear. She got a very good look at your face.
You think the word of some dumb little girl counts as proof? You're gonna make hurtful accusations against your little sister based on that? I'm bored of you now. It's time to put your phone down and take some big, deep breaths. You know full well there's a chance Alyssa got it wrong.
Excuse me? Dumb little girl? She's your niece. How dare you? Do you have any idea how terrified she was because of what you did? She was holed up in a closet begging me to help her.
Maybe so, but it had nothing to do with me. It's all your fault.
How did you come to that conclusion?
Think about it. Doesn't exactly take a genius. You walk around town like you're some kind of local celebrity in a desperate attempt to show off the branded clothing and bags you skimp and save for some reason despite being dirt poor. It would hardly be a surprise if some local ruffians set their sights on you after seeing all the stuff you had. I hate to say this, but you were practically begging to be burgled. This is what happens when ugly gutter people go around acting like they're hot stuff. Lol.
Whether I buy brand goods or not is my prerogative. Why are you so obsessed with that of all things?
Don't get carried away just because you managed to bag yourself a husband by some miracle. Owen always did have some weird tastes. But my jaw almost hit the floor when I realized a normal guy like him was marrying an ugly 50 IQ good-for-nothing poverty-stricken loser like you. All the while having no idea that he wasn't even your first choice, and you only settled for him after accepting you had absolutely no chance with my husband.
Wait, what? Are you saying I had feelings for your husband, Chris? What on earth would lead you to think that?
There's no point in playing dumb, sis, so please save me the trouble of having to listen to your crap. You had a thing for my Chris back when you and him and Owen worked at the same company, didn't you?
What?
I never told you this, but remember that blind dating event our companies held together? You were witnessed together by several people that night. Yep, that's right. You were seen sneaking out the back with Chris. I bet you thought no one saw you.
Huh? What the?
You can pretend you forgot all you like, but this isn't gonna wash with me, lol. Could it be that you're still not over the heartbreak of having him snatched away from you?
Look, Phoebe, I'm not even sure I know what you're talking about anymore.
You're an even bigger dimwit than I thought then. Do I have to spell it out? I stole your man, and now he's all mine. I wonder what it felt like having the guy you like stolen away by your much cuter little sister right before your eyes. Do you want to share, or is it still too tender?
Wait a sec. Is that why you asked Chris out? Bingo. Looks like there might be a brain cell in there after all. Try seeing it from my point of view. It would have been a travesty to let a good-looking guy like him go to waste on a good-for-nothing butterface like you.
To tell you the truth, it's always been a weakness of mine. Ever since we were young, whenever you had something nice, I always felt this overwhelming urge to snatch it from you. I find the thought of you having any kind of happiness just unbearable. Kind of like a way of putting you back in your place when you get too big for your boots. It's hardly fair that someone so vastly inferior to me in every way should have anything nice, is it?
You're the most wicked, black-hearted person I've ever met. I think you might actually be evil. I feel disgusted just knowing that we're related.
Anyway, I was super shocked when I heard Owen propose to you straight after that little incident at the party. He probably felt bad and took pity on you for still being unmarried when you were almost 30 and well past your prime. I'll give him one thing. It takes a kind man to do that.
I have no interest in continuing this conversation with you. I feel sick just looking at your vile messages. Hurry up and return the cash and items you stole from our house. Alyssa planned on buying a brand new bag with the money she was saving up in that piggy bank.
If you're so convinced it was me, you're free to come over to my place and look around. I didn't do it, of course, so it's not like you're gonna find anything. Boy, are you gonna feel stupid. And wow, really? You are actually making your daughter save up for some poxy little bag? A good mother would just buy her it. You'd have the money in the blink of an eye if you sold some of your precious branded clothing. I doubt you could ever bring yourself to part ways with it, though.
Those are things Owen bought me as presents. There's no way I could sell them.
It just gets better. I get it. They must be super important to you if you had to pester your husband for cash to get your hands on them. Stop it, Brooke. My stomach hurts, lol. I've gotta say, though, I feel awful for your little Alyssa. To think you won't even buy her a bag. How about you use this whole thing as an opportunity to reevaluate the way you live your life? You are the lowest of the low, human garbage. And the lowest of the low have a duty to live inconspicuously, to keep their heads down and not be a nuisance to decent members of society by splashing out frivolously on things they can't afford.
Phoebe, where are you?
In my house, obviously.
I need to talk to you about something.
What is it this time? Snooze, lol.
We were burgled again. We went out for some supper as a family. We weren't even gone that long. The place was an even bigger mess than the last time when we got back.
You have got to be kidding me, lol. Do you not learn from your mistakes? How many times does it have to happen before you start locking the door? I think my previous estimation of your IQ being 50 was way too high. You're the literal definition of idiocy. I I can't stop laughing.
I can't stop laughing either.
Huh?
I must admit, I had no idea you'd be stupid enough to try it again so soon. I'm so pleased we took the necessary precautions just in case you did.
What are you talking about?
I'm obviously talking about you burglaring our house. We thought it best to err on the side of caution, so we had a certain someone watch the house for us while we were out. That certain someone was Chris.
What? My Chris?
He agreed to come over as soon as I asked him. He thought it would be the perfect opportunity to clear your name, so he was very forthcoming.
But he told me he was out drinking with his friends today.
I know, it was me who told him to tell you that. Because as far as I was concerned, you were the prime suspect, so we could hardly have you finding out your husband would be on security duty. You saw my post on social media about us all going out for supper as a family. That's why you thought the house would be empty, right? Chris just sent me some fascinating pictures. You'll never guess what of. Wanna know? His crazy wife rummaging through the drawers in our house.
What?
I did think you'd start being a little more cautious after Alyssa saw you up to no good last time. To think you didn't notice your husband hiding in the same closet, even after I told you that's where she was hiding the first time around. Do you not learn from your mistakes? You're such a moron, I can't stop laughing. My stomach hurts.
Ugh, just shut up. Who the hell do you think you are dragging my family into your business?
That's my line. Who the hell do you think you are dragging my family into your illegal activities? You should be ashamed. We have enough photos to make a scrapbook this time. You're not getting away with it again.
Fine. Even if for the sake of argument we say it was me who burgled your house this time, what proof is there that I had anything to do with it the first time round? You don't have any, do you?
You gotta be kidding me. You're not seriously still trying to worm your way out of this, are you? You despicable common thief.
Get a grip, sis. You're blowing this way out of proportion. This is nothing but a petty squabble between sisters.
Excuse me?
Let me make this clear before you go off and do something you regret. But the police don't get involved in petty family disputes. They don't deal with civil matters. I know you are not particularly knowledgeable about anything at all, and you're certainly not intelligent, so you can be forgiven for not knowing, but let me explain. If a parent or sibling steals something from within the family, the police aren't obligated to take action if it's reported because it's a civil matter. A formal criminal complaint is required to prosecute things like that.
I'm afraid you're tragically deluded.
Huh?
I won't be filing a civil claim. I'll be filing a criminal lawsuit because you committed a crime. Chris has my back on this one too.
Wait, what the hell? Are you serious? A criminal lawsuit and Chris is on your side? You're lying.
He just messaged me. I just followed Phoebe. She went to her folks' house. It seems like she's hiding everything she steals in her dad's safe. I got him to open it for me after she left. There it was. The money, the gift cards, the branded clothing, everything was in there. Alyssa's piggy bank too. My God, this woman is insane. Let's head down to the police station tomorrow and file the charges. We have no choice. Brooke, I'm so sorry for everything my wife has done. Those were the messages.
Did he really send you all that? Surely I can't be liable for criminal charges over this.
Apparently, that's actually quite a common misconception. What was the penalty for theft again? Oh yeah, wasn't it up to 10 years in prison and a $5,000 fine? Don't quote me, but I'm sure it was something like that. That's gonna be real tough on you, huh? Oh well, good luck.
No, I don't want to go to prison. Please, sis, don't do this. Will you stop my husband from filing charges against me?
What? Why?
Why? What do you mean, why? Do you seriously want people knowing there's a criminal in the family? Think of what it would do to our reputation.
Can't be helped. We'll just have to take the hit. You are a criminal after all. It's out of my hands now.
How is it out of your hands when all you have to do is get him to not file charges? You could do it right now if you wanted. I've got it. If you persuade my husband not to file charges, I'll let you have him for a day. Chris, that is.
Huh?
Come on, don't deny it. I know you've had the hots for him since forever. I'm not gonna lose my head over being cheated on for a day if that's what it takes to put a lid on all this. Go on, you know you want to. You want to know what it's like, even just once. You'll finally get to find out how he got his nickname, the Sexual Athlete.
Wow. What is this crap? How does your mind even work? First of all, your husband Chris is not a bargaining chip for you to rent out like some object whenever you're in a difficult situation. Listen, Phoebe, you're making a major misunderstanding here, so allow me to explain.
A misunderstanding?
The only reason I went out back with Chris on the night of the blind dating event was because he called me over and invited me to go out with him.
What? No way!
I never had feelings for him. In fact, he was the one who liked me, and he told me that night, right there in the garden behind the club.
No way! What the… why?
I have no idea why, but he told me he'd had a crush on me for a very long time. I already liked Owen by then, so I turned him down. I didn't want to make things awkward between us at work, so I proposed we stayed friends, which he agreed to. Then we both went back inside, and that was it.
Huh? Wait a sec. Does that mean I didn't steal the guy you had feelings for?
Owen was the only one I ever had feelings for.
Liar! You're just trying to show off and make me feel jealous, aren't you? Well, it won't work! Ugh! I don't believe you for a second.
I don't care whether you believe me or not. You're welcome to ask Chris yourself. I'm sure he'll tell you.
Are you saying my husband was a hand-me-down from you of all people? Ew.
Why do you think like this, Phoebe? Why are you so shallow? You really should stop speaking about your husband like he's an inanimate object. I very much doubt he married you just because he couldn't have me. I'm sure he married you because he likes you, even if I personally struggle to believe that that's possible. Believe it or not everyone on this planet is quite as disgustingly shallow as you are.
Shut up already! Anyway, more important, you have to stop him. He cannot be allowed to make it to the police station. Me, a criminal record? Don't even joke about things like that. Help me out here, sis.
How stupid are you? If my IQ is 50, yours is 1. You've treated me with such hate and contempt for so long that I literally struggle for the words to describe how toxic you are, and suddenly you want me to help you out? You can rot in prison for the rest of your life for all I care.
Why? Don't joke about that. I'm not cut out for prison. Why can't we just let bygones be bygones?
Bygones? You broke into my house 2 times in the last week. You terrified the living daylights out of my poor daughter. Besides, there's no way you'll be able to talk Chris out of this.
Surely you don't know that. I'd have to at least try. He's kind, so I'll probably be able to pull on his heartstrings if I break down on the floor in tears and cry uncontrollably for a few minutes.
Do you really not know, despite being his wife? Chris is absolutely furious with you right now.
Huh? What?
Do you have any idea whose funeral we were at on the first day you broke in and stole from our house?
Huh? Yeah, of course I do. It was your old boss from the company you guys all met at, right?
That's right. We were a bunch of high school graduates who'd hardly been out of our parents' houses for 5 minutes, fresh-faced and wet behind the ears. We barely knew left from right. He taught us how to behave as young adults and drilled into us the skills required to become productive, successful members of society. He was a veteran cop before he started the company.
Veteran cop?
He was a very important man to us all, and we owe him a lot. To think you duck out on some trumped-up excuse of a fake illness. We all were wondering why you couldn't make the effort to show up, and to be honest, we did think it was weird. But my God, we had no idea it was so you could break into our house and steal our things. Do you really think Chris is seriously gonna let that slide? Our old boss was extremely important to us all, but more so to Chris. He was like a second dad to him. Just give it up.
I will not! I'm not going to prison! How about I just give you the money back? Surely we can call it quits then. You know, these are some really dirty tricks you're using. Sweet-talking my husband into taking your side. You need to do something about this. Help your sister for once, you damn good-for-nothing.
You deserve everything that's coming. You don't care about anyone except yourself. You steal, you hurt your loved ones without a moment's hesitation, you say some of the most hateful, abusive things I've ever heard a person say. And you have the nerve to call me the lowest of the low? That does apply to one of us, but it's not me.
Fine, whatever. I'm the lowest of the low. Happy now? I'm seriously begging you. Please just don't take me to court.
Can you promise me something then? Can you promise to use this whole thing as an opportunity to reevaluate the way you live your life?
Huh?
You heard me. Now repeat after me. I am the lowest of the low, human garbage. Accordingly, I hereby pledge to live inconspicuously, to keep my head down, and stop being a nuisance to decent members of society by stealing things I can't afford.
I am the lowest of the low, human garbage. Accordingly, I hereby pledge to live inconspicuously, to keep my head down and stop being a nuisance to decent members of society by stealing things I can't afford. There, are you satisfied now? You won't take me to court now, will you? You promised you wouldn't.
Don't kid yourself, of course I will.
What?
I was only joking. You love jokes, right, Phoebe? Remember when you joked about how it's a well-known fact that thieves tend to burgle the same place several times while we were still recovering from the shock of your first break-in? I won't let you get away with what you did, or your childish jokes. My sister made several attempts at stopping me and her husband filing charges against her, but she ultimately failed. What surprised me the most was that our parents didn't try and convince us to withdraw the accusations, and they were more than happy for me to take my little sister to court. It turns out this wasn't her first time stealing. Unbeknownst to me, she'd been a prolific thief for quite some time. My parents had never told me, but they were fully aware of it, and I can only assume they reached the end of their tether with their sticky-fingered daughter's misdeeds. Phoebe miraculously managed to avoid going to prison, but she didn't escape the criminal record, and now her name will be on file forever. On top of that, she got fired from her job. Finally, while she was in a desperate panic to scrape the money to pay off the fine together, Chris slammed a set of signed divorce papers down on the table in front of her. She's as good as ruined now. After the incident, we moved somewhere far away as a family. We all felt that there were too many bad memories for us in that place, so we decided to embark upon a fresh chapter in our lives together. We did end up pretty far from our workplaces and Alyssa's school, but now the three of us are living in a quiet little apartment in a village by the sea, where we can hear the gentle sound of the waves, and we don't regret it one bit. This goes without saying, but it's also equipped with a big, sturdy safe.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.